JD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
OnSideRadio.com knows gamers need a home.
Can you dig it?
That's why for the next 60 seconds,
Can you count, suckers?
here's your OnSide Radio E-Report with Toast.
Sony is making a strong push into the esports sector. The company's YouTube channel is filled with daily live streams. Gran Turismo Sport has become one of the most successful competitive games in the industry, and the organization recently acquired the EVO fighting game tournament. And now, much like the Call of Duty League, the company signed a deal to make PlayStation 5 the official console of the NBA 2K League. This is a multi-year partnership, which will begin in May as the competition's fourth season tips off. In addition to sponsoring the NBA 2K League, the manufacturer will be running its own tournaments and competitions in the game, with various prizes up for grabs. You can find out more about how to participate through the PlayStation blog. Happy gaming.
Stay in touch in the world of gaming with the OnSide Radio E-Report.
Now streaming online.
OnSide Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Time to get in the zone. The OnSide Zone.
And look, man, I don't care if you're my wife. If I don't agree with you, I'm going to say it. You know what I mean?
The OnSide Zone.
He's a liar. And there's nothing new about that. He's full of crap. If you're believing that, I got a bridge in the Keys. It's the one on the right side. Just want you to know, when you're going south, you'll see the smaller bridge on the right. I've got that one for sale if you're interested.
You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
That's the one boy band that I will say, dude, I'll stand up for Boys to Men every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Love those guys.
You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. You can connect with us at OnSideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. The OnSide Zone with a big O.
All right. Oh, yeah. I love it. It's a Monday. Are you ready to rock? Are you ready to roll? We're feeling good. I love it. I love it. Alex Aguirre changed a little bit. He looks a little different right now, but he'll be in a minute. Sean Stanley is stepping in. He's by my side right now. Hope you all are doing well. On a beautiful weekend, man. It was fantastic. A lot of winning. I know the Marlins ended up dropping 2 of 3 to the Rays, but I kind of expected that, so I'm all right with that. The Panthers, oh my Lord, the Panthers. The Panthers deserve so much love. It's not even funny. They are for real. This isn't the team that used to, fool us, and they would show you a little bit of signs of life, and then you'd hop on board, and you're saying, all right, let's go. This is the year. And because we're all waiting. Well, not all of us, because some folks, we got people in our station that were barely sperm the last time the Panthers actually, got to a Stanley Cup. So those of us that are old farts and we experienced it a quarter century ago. Yeah, that was a quarter century ago. Okay? I know, because I covered it. I was there. I was covering at the Miami Arena and going to practices and all that. It was, I've always said this, the best time I ever had as a beat reporter. And let me tell you, I was 8 straight years on the Dolphins and Heat beat. 8 years of going every day. Those were 2 of the awesome beats in town. I got to cover Pat Riley. I got to cover the end of Shula, to Jimmy Johnson, to Dave Wanstead, all that good stuff. So I saw a lot of good times, with those, but the Panther run, there was nothing like it. There was nothing like it. I'm telling you. And it's not, and I'm a football guy through and through. I will live eat and breathe pigskin all day, 365 days a year. You guys know it. If I felt like doing 3 hours of football every day, I could do it if I felt like it. And that's the kind of passion I have for that sport. It's kind of like when you listen to Sean do his thing on Saturday, it comes through the damn mic, man, because the man loves wrestling. And so I know that if I'm a wrestling fan, I can listen to him because of his passion for it. In fact, Alex Aguirre just walked in. That sumbitch has some serious passion for baseball, which, by the way, I got to say, when I run into young people that love baseball, I freak out because, like, they don't know that they're like the weirdos in their group, right? I mean, seriously. I mean, Alex and Chase, when I hear Marsh in the morning all pumped up about baseball, I'm like, wow. They are like in the 3 percentile. You know what I mean? It's just like who do they talk to? Themselves? Like, they got no friends that like baseball. They got no friends that are arguing about baseball. You know what I mean? There's no crying in baseball. There's no young people in baseball. You know, it's that kind of stuff. So it is amazing. But I'll tell you, what the Panthers are doing over the weekend, they beat the Blue Jackets on Saturday, 5-2. Yesterday they shut down the Blue Jackets 3-0. So they outscored that team 8-2 in 2 games. Dreger last night with the shutout. And then obviously Bobrovsky had 44 saves in that game. So obviously he took on quite a bit of shots in that one. And so they are just an awesome team right now. Because, the impressive part is they're overcoming adversity. This was a team that was never tough enough for certain situations. And over the last couple of years, it's been a completely wussy-ass team. Easily got pushed around. But now they are tougher physically. They are tougher mentally. They overcome adversity. Remember last year in the first month or two, they had a couple of those moments. And, today on the round table, one of the things that I asked the crew is, who's ready for a deeper run into the playoffs, the Panthers or the Miami Heat? And I got to tell you, this is the first time that I'm ever going to look at the Panthers as the franchise that right now is ahead of the Heat. And what I mean by ahead of the Heat, not in organization, because we all know, like, the Heat is like light years away of everybody. Like the Dolphins and the Panthers and the Marlins, and we can even throw in the Canes too, by the way. They're so far behind the Heat, it's ridiculous, okay? That we're not even going to compare franchises, okay? The Heat are in their own stratosphere, and the rest are just wannabes, okay? Not the franchise. I'm just talking about these 2 individual teams that are clearly going to the playoffs. And I think the Panthers are the better team right now. They've proven it. Listen, all year long, they've been at the top with everybody. All year long, they're right there. They've beaten the Lightning. You know what I mean? So this is a team that can clearly make an impact in the playoffs this time around. They are tougher physically, which is what they needed to be. And because of that physical toughness, because of the presence of some of those guys that they have on that team that Bill Zito was kind enough to add, I think right now they're the better team. Now, if Oladipo somehow or another finds a way to be a very efficient player, then that really could take the Heat to another level, okay? He has not been efficient for a while. This is going to be a hell of a project for the Heat early on. The kid's going to add defense. He's going to add the all-around game. But scoring-wise, what was he, 3 of 13 the other night against Cleveland? What was he? 3 of 13, exactly. He has not shot well. But if you get Oladipo to be efficient, and I think with this year, the offseason, and then into next year, if you do bring him back, then I think you'll have a chance to bring that guy back because you can really work on his game. It's going to be a challenge right now as it is in the middle of a pandemic-shortened season, and you don't have that much left. So it'll be interesting to see. And then, I look at that team, and I just feel like it has more holes than I feel the Panthers do. The Panthers' holes right now are just due to injuries. That's it. And if somehow or another, by some freaking miracle, they really can get Ekblad back, which I have a hard time understanding that or believing it, but I will say this, hockey players are built differently than everybody else. I'm covering the Panthers years ago, and Radek Dvorak, okay, he gets just crushed into the boards, okay? So in between periods, you would always get whatever injury report, okay? And listen, this is interesting for you, Alex, just so you'll know. This is what hockey players are all about. All right? It says Radek Dvorak, bruised jaw, missing teeth, broken nose, a shoulder strain, return, probable. Now, if you really go back, and hindsight is 2020. So let me ask you something, Alex. Somebody gets smashed into the boards, suffers a bruised jaw, a broken nose, a jammed shoulder, okay? Do you think they may have suffered a concussion?
100%. 100%.
Now, that was a different time.
Of course.
That was the 90s. It's a whole different world. Okay? That's hockey players. So if Ekblad does come back in 3 months, I can't sit here and say I'm shocked because I've seen so much in hockey that it's just crazy. But for our question today, I just think the Panthers right now are the better team. And they've proven it from the beginning of the season to this point. And the Miami Heat have not. The Miami Heat have been like this. Okay? They've been consolidating. Kind of like Cardano now for the last 2 weeks on cryptocurrency. And before Ethereum blew up, they were consolidating for a while on the same area. And I told you folks to be patient. And if you weren't patient, now you're paying. Now you're loving it right now. Anyway, so we drop in a little crypto to just kind of compare. And I just think that the Heat have not shown you enough that they can play with the elite. Meanwhile, the Panthers beat the elite. They play with them. They beat them. So they've already proven that they can hang with the best right now at this point in time. And they have steadily stayed up there regardless of the injuries. So I think the Panthers are the team that is better suited to give you South Florida fans, wherever you live, okay, for our friends in Malaysia, to our friends in Portugal, to our friends in Canada or Mexico or anywhere else in the world, because we have South Florida sports fans that live in all kinds of areas, and that's why the YouTube channel is so important. I just think you're going to really enjoy both runs because I think the Heat will be fun, but I just think the Panthers will be slightly special this year, and they could be the team that actually ends up in the Eastern Conference Finals or maybe even in the Stanley Cup Finals. And I know that there isn't a ton of experience for the top guys, but there's guys that they added that do have a lot of experience, actually. So that's the important thing. And the coach has won 3 cups. And I think guys like Barkov and Huberdeau, I think they're thirsty for this kind of stuff. I think they want to have this kind of success. So I'm going to go Panthers. I think the Panthers are the team that is better suited to make the run and a deeper run into the playoffs. Anyway, welcome aboard. Thank you all for joining us here on the OnSide Zone. We will take it till 3 o'clock. We got a loaded show for you here today. We got, of course, Alex Aguirre driving it. We got a bunch of things that we want to talk about. The Paul Pierce video, which has so many layers to it. By the way, Alex, has ESPN fired him yet? Not that I want the man fired. I'm just saying, it's just, I can't imagine that Mickey Mouse and the ears are going to be really happy with all of that. So I just can't see him keeping his job when it's all said and done. Have you heard anything yet?
I haven't heard anything yet, and I'm looking now, and nothing yet on ESPN or any news of any reactions from ESPN yet. Okay,
because I'm trying to put out Paul Pierce news and see if there's anything on there, but I don't see anything. I don't see it. Give me a highlight from a Paul Pierce party on a well. His Friday was good. Okay, he had a good Friday. Okay. There's a Good Friday, and then there's a Good Friday, okay? And it looks like Paul had that Good Friday. Go ahead. Give me a highlight.
Good shit out the hall. I got some bells I can call. I don't know what it is that I can call. Hey, we live there. Oh, this is who I got. 500 on flip. I'm good, love me. 500 on the flip. That's the deal.
If you haven't seen the video, it's like 8 minutes long. It's got all kinds of strippers. They apparently they got a some kind of a private poker party going on, and poker, the word that you want to focus on, because it's just more than a game when you poker. Anyway, so they got all kinds of strippers. They got all kinds of stuff going on. He is lit. He's hitting blunts. He's hitting drinks and shots and all that good stuff. And look, let me tell you something. First of all, we don't even know if everybody's vaccinated there, so that could have been a super spreader event, and I'm not talking about the ladies. I'm talking about the virus. And so there's all kinds of wrong things when it comes to that. Now, apparently, he says he's single, not married, because a lot of people were jamming on him on the IGs about being married. But I don't know how Disney's going to be happy that their ESPN NBA analyst is smoking weed, doing shots, getting massages by strippers, and he's filming all of this. You know, it's classic. So we will be giving you highlights of the Paul Pierce IG all throughout the show, because I figure, you know, Paul is a guy that is about spreading the love, and there was a lot of spreading going on in that event. So we figure we spread the Paul Pierce love too, okay? Don't forget, Inter Miami CF fans, you can join us now for every road game as we broadcast live from Dangerous Minds Brewing. That's right, Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano. You can join me and Alex Dono, enjoy the delicious food and incredible house drafts and giveaways. Inter Miami CF fans, your new home, baby, for every road game is Dangerous Minds Brewing Company in Pompano. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and on Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
I'm Ryan Seacrest. First responders are people who stand for a greater purpose. They will be there for you when nobody else is, to help you, your family, your community. This is their selfless promise. This is their sworn duty, to protect, to serve, to help. They put themselves in harm's way for us. They come to the rescue at times when we need them most. First responders are making enormous personal sacrifices to keep showing up for us and fighting the good fight. Nearly 70% of all firefighters are volunteers. That means when they get injured or quarantined, they may not have a way to pay their rent or keep their family safe and fed. No matter who you are or where you live, when you call 911 and ask for help, first responders show up. Now, let's show up for the people who show up for us every day and every night.
Go to firstrcf.org and make a difference today.
At Baptist Health, we are ready
to serve, to treat,
to safely proceed with your procedure.
We're ready for ER visits and office visits with skilled surgeons,
advanced medicine,
and multidisciplinary teams.
We're ready for new arrivals
and new recoveries.
We are ready.
We're ready to diagnose, treat, and manage
anything that comes our way
with exceptional care and comfort.
With the same preparedness and compassion you've come to expect from Baptist Health.
And we are ready.
We're ready.
We're ready
to care for you.
Take OnSide Radio everywhere you go with the MyTuner Radio app. Download the free app and listen to your favorite OnSideRadio.com host. Go to your app store, download MyTuner Radio, and search OnSide Radio, South Florida's sports station. You can connect with us at OnSideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. Save it on your cell phone, 844-416-8123. No better place to send your comments, ask questions, win prizes. OnSideRadio.com, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
ADHD. It's the child who can't pay attention or sit still in school, right? The answer may be yes. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or ADHD, can be complicated and it can last a lifetime. Living with a condition can sometimes be a challenge. It may take years to accept a formal diagnosis, and it's not always easy to find the right treatment plan. Did you know that up to 75% of children and adolescents with ADHD have at least one additional mental health condition that also requires a comprehensive approach to treatment? ADHD guidelines were recently updated to reflect the need to screen for associated disorders. Be sure to talk with your child's doctor about proper screening and visit more2adhd.com for additional information. That's more2adhd.com. This message has been brought to you in partnership with ADA, ACO, and CHAD.
Alrighty. I'm getting asked here, my man JG Long, who I know JG has been following our show for many years now. He's out in Malaysia, actually. So he is watching right now in Malaysia. I don't know what time. What time is it? JG, tell me, what time is it in Malaysia right now? Because I don't know. I can't imagine it's like the same time. So there's got to be some kind of a time difference. And I'm figuring it's a lot. I'm thinking like you're in the evenings while we're in the daytime or something like that. But it'd be interesting to know. But he's asking me, it's 12:30. Wow, JG, you are listening to us at 12:30 a.m. You're watching and listening. Thank you, man. That is awesome, dude. God bless you, dude. That is fantastic. So he's asking me about Carlton Davis from the Bucks. And for those of you that don't know, Carlton Davis, and, I've talked about this subject many, many, many times, okay? When Bill Clinton tells you that he didn't inhale, I'm not stupid, okay? And people think you're stupid, and they treat you that way, right? So when the anti-Semitic, damn it, I'm forgetting the idiot's name, Leonard Myers, when he's calling her a bitch K, okay, and then he says, oh, I didn't know it was an insult. Dude, what, do you think I'm stupid or something? You knew bitch was an insult, so you followed it up with another insult. We've all used it. Not the K word, I'm saying multiple insults. Okay? You're an effing a-hole. Okay? You're a dumbass effing a-hole. So now you're piling on the insults. Why do you do that? Because you know in your mind they're insults. Consciously, you know they're insults. So don't tell me that, oh, I didn't know it was an insult. Get out of here, bro. What do you think I am, stupid? I was born yesterday? These are things that happen all the time. And it's like, look, the Deshaun Watson thing. Was he really hiring masseuses? Were they all real masseuses? Doesn't look like it. IG is not the place for that. Okay? How many he's hired in his time, I'll bet anything you want they weren't professional masseuses. Some may have been, but not all. I'm not stupid. And I can go on and on and on with these kind of examples that people try to pass on all of us. Okay? I'm sure you can mention them right there. So, Carlton Davis goes out there and says, gotta stop letting G-word in Miami for the Asians. And it's the word that a lot of Vietnam vets used back in the day. The G-word with the O-O. Okay? So he then, says that he apologizes because he didn't know that that was an insult. And dude, you knew it was an insult because you're using it in that context, just like Myers Leonard. So, look, I don't know what's going on in this world, period. Okay? I don't understand, bias against blacks. I don't understand bias against gays. I don't understand bias against Asians. I don't understand anti-Semitism. I don't understand any of this. I don't live my life that way. I don't judge anybody by their sex, by their sexual orientation, by their nationality, by their color, by their religion. I don't care about that. I judge you if you're a good person or you're a bad person. Are you a nice person or are you an asshole? That's it, dude. That's all. Can I trust you or I can't trust you? Look, what I've always said is when somebody wants to insult you, they can insult you and call you an idiot. But when they say, and they use an adjective to describe your nationality, your sex, your sexual orientation, whatever it is, and then the insult, that's where it comes in. That's the bias. I tell you guys this all the time. People that spew out hatred, and then they come back and tell you that this is the other one. Oh no, but I know that that's not me. I'm a God-fearing person, and this and that. And no, dude, that is you. Or woman, that is you. Because once you start spewing all of that in hatred, and then now you get to see it on video because now we've caught all these Kens and Karens. And then you try to come back because now you realize that everybody busted you. Okay? And you're sorry about getting caught. You're sorry about getting exposed to being a racist. And then you're trying to tell us this is not who you are. No, dude. Carlton Davis, this is who you are. Okay? Myers Leonard, this is who you are. And those of you out there that are, we're watching all these other people, whether they're beating people up, whatever they're doing to insult or spray paint or whatever, this is who you are. That's all. It's pretty simple. So for me, I think, Carlton Davis, I hope they fine him. I hope they suspend him. I know you can't, fire the guy or get rid of him. I doubt they'll do that. They'll tell him to go to sensitivity classes, and then he'll half-ass go to somewhere and then say, yeah, I got the sensitivity and all that crap. And most of these people never really actually go out of their way to fix themselves. Okay? So you asked me what I think about Carlton Davis, the same thing I think about Myers Leonard and all these other people that just want to hate in this world. And I got no time for that, man. Life is tough enough as it is. I always tell people this. You almost got to go out of your way to be an asshole. It's a lot easier just to be nice. Just be nice. Now, if people aren't nice with you, then I get it. Then you got to unleash. But I got no time for disgusting people like Carlton Davis. And then the worst part is you're now going to insult my intelligence by telling me I didn't know. No, dude, I get it. You're stupid. But you did this because you think that you're above everything else. And that's what happens with a lot of these people that violate and abuse other people because they feel they can get away with it. That's why. And for many years, Cuomo was probably getting away with it, right? That's probably why it finally caught up to him now at this point. That's how it is for a lot of these kind of people. They abuse their power. They abuse their fame. And they think they're going to be able to rise above it. In a way, Paul Pierce, in his inebriated state, probably thought that the video wasn't that bad. Think about it. Paul Pierce ran that video for nearly 10 minutes. At no point did he ever think, wow, this is a bad idea. At no point. It's who you are. That's all. It's not, oh, it's my mistake. Oh, dude. The mistake is you did it publicly, and now we all found out. That's all it is. Now you're going to have to pay the consequences. You know? So, Carlton Davis. You know what's the best part about the Carlton Davis? And I'm sorry I'm going to make a little light of this disgusting situation, but I have to. I have no choice because it's what I do on this show sometimes to kind of bring a little levity to any situation and every situation that we talk about. You want to know the interesting part, Mr. Alex Aguirre, on Carlton Davis? The guy that shot out worldwide, so we all know that he hates Asians. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Yeah. Okay, your mic isn't on, bro. What's wrong with you? Okay,
ready,
there
ready.
we go. You ready?
Yeah.
The name of his Twitter handle is Carlton_lowkey.
Low key?
He ain't low key anymore, bro.
No. I was about to say, no way.
There's no low key anymore.
He's got to change that.
Oh, man, yeah. Yeah. Low key. I was like, okay, that's just about the polar opposite of what you are right now, buddy. There's no low key anymore. Maybe you were hanging low key for a while. You are no longer low key anymore. So, yes, he's a Super Bowl racist. Okay? That's what he is. It's disgusting. I mean, it just, and I got to tell you something. When I watched that Subway video of that guy beating the Asian woman and nobody's doing anything, it eats at me, bro. It eats at me. I swear I would get in trouble. I swear I would get in trouble. There is no way I could stand in that subway train and watch any man beat an old woman. There's no way. I don't care what happens to me, but there's no way I can do it. I would lose my mind, and I don't know how, and they're just standing there filming it. These are things that drive me. That's not an American, bro. We stand up and protect the people that cannot protect themselves. That's what Americans are all about, dude. We fight for the underdog. You know, we fight for, we defend abusive situations. That's what we should be all about. So, JG, man, I couldn't be more disgusted with a lot of the stuff that is going on all over this world. Brooklyn Rob says, good afternoon, Big O. Crypto, bro. You know it. You know it. V-Chain making that move. I love it. I love it. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side. Don't forget, every day at the OnSide radio station right here, baby, our hosts sit down at the round table to tackle the most important local or national headlines. The round table is podcasted daily. Search OnSide Radio on all platforms. Subscribe, rate, and review to listen to all kinds of station segments. OnSideRadio.com is the home for South Florida sports.
Now streaming online.
OnSide Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com. Join the Inter Miami family in 2021 by becoming a 2021 season ticket member. Enjoy enhanced access benefits and pricing not available to general fans. Visit intermiamicf.com/tickets for more information.
If you missed Man of the Match with Alex Dano, you missed.
So Deshaun Watson has sat down with new Texans head coach David Culley. Did he have his teeth in for the interview, David? He's a little older.
Hold on, let me get my dentures in here, Deshaun. Deshaun, hey, just give me a second. We're eating this pineapple here. It's getting in my stuck in my dentures.
Was he watching Murder, She Wrote during the meeting?
Deshaun, it's getting a little late here. It's 7 o'clock. I got to go to bed soon, all right?
Deshaun, it's 4:30. I've got to go to the early bird special.
Deshaun, give me a second. I'm just taking my Metamucil here. If you just give me a second.
I've taken Metamucil before, actually. It works. I'm not even that old.
Man of the Match with Alex Dono, weekdays live on South Florida's home for sports talk, OnSideRadio.com.
With Make-A-Wish, the impossible becomes possible. A girl battling cancer can become a race car driver battling the course. The boy showing all the nurses his fire trucks can take the helm of a real one. Wishes can give kids with critical illnesses the strength to keep fighting, get better, and grow up.
Where there's a wish, there's a way.
Wishes need you. Visit Make-A-Wish at wish.org.
Saturday mornings, 9 a.m., Sean Stanley hosts the Square Circle Digest.
But to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here. I'm the man.
Now, wrestling fans have a place to call home as Sean covers the very colorful world of wrestling. Tune in every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on the home for sports fans worldwide, OnSideRadio.com. OnSide Radio continues to grow. To make your life easier, you can now find your favorite sports station by downloading the MyTuner Radio app and listen to your favorite OnSideRadio.com host or catch a great Inter-Miami CF match. Go to your app store, download MyTuner Radio, and search OnSide Radio, the home for the South Florida sports fan.
Hello, Inter-Miami CF fans. Download the Drink AR app and play inside a first-of-its-kind virtual soccer stadium, hosted by Bodega Trevento and Inter-Miami CF, and celebrate your passion for soccer from the comfort of your own home. Find the download links on our Instagram account at Treventus and get our wines delivered straight to your home with a discount for all Inter-Miami CF fans. Discover Trevento, a shared passion.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnSideRadio.com sports update.
A winning weekend in South Florida, as on Saturday the Heat beat the Cavs for their fourth straight win, 115-101. Bam Adebayo had 18 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. Next game is on Tuesday at home versus the Memphis Grizzlies. The Miami Marlins won the final game of their series against the Tampa Bay Rays 12-7. Starling Marte had 4 hits for the Fish, and also their first home win versus Tampa Bay since 2018. Marlins welcome the Cardinals to Lone Depot Park tonight. First pitch is at 6:40. Trevor Rogers will be on the mound for the Fish. The Florida Panthers swept the Columbus Blue Jackets at the BB&T Center 5-2 on Saturday and 3-0 on Sunday behind Chris Drieger's second shutout of the season. Their next game is on Tuesday against Carolina. Puck drops at 7 p.m. This is South Florida's home for local sports talk. This is OnSideRadio.com.
OnSide Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Brace yourself. You might not hear what you want. You can always expect Omar to keep it real, whether you like it or not. It's time for the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report with Sun Sentinel writer Omar Kelly. EJD is your one-stop shop, custom home builder, and general contractor for residential construction. Call them 305-433-4843. Find them on Facebook at EJD Construction. Here's Omar Kelly with your Miami Dolphins report segment.
All right, let's talk a little football with Omar Kelly. It's our EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report. And make sure you call my guy there, Eric, at EJD Construction, 305-433-4843. Follow my man Omar Kelly on Twitter at Omar Kelly. Catch his exceptional work at the South Florida Sun Sentinel website. Oh, how you feeling? I heard you were hanging out with Paul Pierce on Friday night.
Paul Pierce? Well, I'm missing that.
Oh, man. Seriously?
What am I missing here?
You are really, dude, you're old and married, and you're so lame already at this point. Oh, my God. What have you been doing? Bed Bath & Beyond all weekend?
Listen, I got plumbing issues. I'm literally going to get off the phone with you and call Eric. I've just, I'm going through it, bro. I'm just going through it. I have no idea what's going on with Paul Pierce.
Well, you got to go on the web, dude. He put out an IG live video that was like 8 or 9 minutes long. He was at some room where he was with some fellas and a whole bunch of strippers, and he's smoking a blunt and having drinks. And, basically ESPN will be firing him today. Okay, because there's.
What state's he in? Because blunts are legal in some states.
Yeah, no, I know, but not for Disney, bro. No. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He works for the mouse, bro. He works for the mouse.
Yeah, I got to see this video. See, I mean, strippers and blunts are not illegal.
I didn't say they weren't illegal, although that did seem like a super spreader event in many ways.
No question. It was without a doubt a super spreader event.
Yes.
But
no, I'm just saying when you work for Disney,
so you get fired for having super spreader events. I mean, last I checked, he maybe lived in California. I think blunts are legal. Yeah.
It seemed like he was probably in L.A. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but it's a classic all time. Give me a highlight, Alex. Give me a highlight from the Paul Pierce IG Live on Friday. Go ahead.
All right, man. I'm going to get back with y'all, man. Man, I swear to God, in my prime, you already know. You know this. I had to see everybody when I was out of my prime, these young boys. When I was in my prime, there was no chance. You already know.
You know you're drunk as hell when you're talking about your prime. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's a classic video. It's a classic video.
When I ran the streets, the one thing I knew to do was definitely don't go live when you're turned up.
No, of course not.
Like certain things can be deleted. You know, I mean, you can delete a live too, but Paul Pierce, you have such a, somebody's recording it.
Oh, are you kidding me? It's like a 10-minute video, dude. It is pure entertainment. I mean, listen, I love it, but I'm just saying, you can working for the mouse.
Listen,
you can't do that, bro.
You can't fire people for living their life. And when I'm off the clock, if I want to partake in some Tootsie's action, I shall be allowed to partake in some Tootsie's action, shall I not?
Just don't put it on IG Live, because then the mouse is going to have you. I'm just saying it. You just cannot do it. I mean, he got trapped by the mouse. Usually you trap the mouse. The mouse trapped him on this one. I'm just saying. It just
I don't think he's struggling for money, so I probably don't even think the job is important.
You know what's the worst part about that is they started asking about where's Rachel Nichols, and then that poor woman gets dragged into this whole thing. So obviously it goes viral, and Rachel's tied to it, and she's probably sitting at home going, "What the hell is going on here, man?" So I'm telling you, you got to check out the video when you get a chance. All right, so let's talk a little Dolphin biz. Overall, what are you thinking right now at 6 when you start hearing all the things that they're trying to smoke screen Mac Jones and all this other stuff that it's still hard for me to believe that San Fran's going to trade up for Mac freaking Jones?
Yeah, I'm not buying that. I still say I wouldn't buy that. It'll have to happen on draft day. It's same thing like Daniel Jones. And even if it does happen, that doesn't mean it's the right move or a wise move. Hey, props to San Fran. If they do select Daniel Jones, that just means you have another talented player available or another trade option for Miami at 6. But in my mind, when the Dolphins traded back up at 6, they basically had 3 or 4 targets in mind that they wanted to get up for in terms of elite players. Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, Devonta Smith, and Jalen Waddle. They put themselves in a situation where they're insured that they will end up with one of those players. That's why they gave up the equivalent of a second-round pick for putting themselves back in that position. So I'm fine with any of those selections. The important part of this discussion, this debate, and I'm actually working on a column right now for the Sun Sentinel, writing about the ramifications of this. If you select Kyle Pitts, that means this is the end of the Mike Gesicki run. And there's no shame in that, because ultimately, this organization has to decide, are you paying Mike Gesicki $12 million a year, which is the price point that the Patriots just set for tight ends, Jonnu Smith, and the other tight end, I can't remember his name, from San Francisco.
Can I have a little fun and argue with you on this one?
Let's go for it.
Okay, you give him a 4-year deal. You're not paying Pitts till another 4 years. So you actually don't have to make that decision now, doggy. You can wait 4 years to cut him. You can actually have a great tight end combo.
Give Mike Gesicki a 4-year deal?
Yeah.
Give Mike Gesicki $12 million a year.
Even if you give him
$24 million guaranteed.
Dude, even if you give him 6 years, you cut him after 4. If you want to have to then pay Pitts a boatload of money, you're making it sound like you can't keep both. When really, when you draft Pitts, you're not paying him for 5 years because you're picking him in the first round. So really, it's not that bad. You could stay with a killer 1-2 combo at tight end and drive people crazy. Like, for a little while, the Patriots, when they had Gronk and the murderer running around routes, that was impossible to stop. I think you can do a little bit of that too if you're the Dolphins.
You can if you decide that you want to pay Mike Gesicki $12 million a year. Now think about it. What are you saying to the rest of your team when you? And I understand the salary cap is probably going to go up. Probably.
Yeah, big time.
The more money for everybody. But when you give Mike Gesicki a $12 million a year and kind of make him your third highest paid player, you're saying that, hey, you are a cornerstone. You are a piece that we're going to build around. You're better than every receiver and every player on this team outside of the 2 cornerbacks. I'm not necessarily.
Technically, he is the best receiver on the team.
Oh, don't start that.
Right now, he might be.
Come on.
Right now, he might be. Seriously. You can't count on any of the other guys. This guy played.
He
this
got
guy,
hurt too.
And he came back with a shoulder injury and made a one-handed catch that was badass.
Was that before or after the shoulder
No, that was
injury?
after the shoulder injury. After the shoulder injury, the dude made that catch. And he came back to play after the shoulder. Hell, he showed you some serious toughness this year by doing that.
He did, okay, but let's be real about it. Mike Gesicki's had 1.5 good seasons, and he is not a complete tight end.
Okay, but think about this, my man. Forget about complete. That doesn't matter. I'm not worried about blocking. I didn't get him to block. I got the other guy that you drafted in the 4th round to block, and he became a better receiver this year anyway.
He's a free agent too. He's a free, and lo and behold, he's making like $800,000 more than Mike Gesicki this year. Yeah, well, strangely enough.
Okay, so there you go. Yeah. So the kid's underpaid. He's played well so far. He's developed well. Yeah. Listen, if you gave Gesicki an elite quarterback, he probably would put up even better numbers. And so overall, he's done a nice job. He's grown into the position. He's got the one thing we cannot argue here, okay? You and I can argue about a lot of things. The kid's gotten better every single year. That's all you can ask a football player to do.
He has gotten better. Now the question is, what price point do you pay for him? Are you giving according to you, you're giving him $24 million guaranteed money? Not your money, but that's what you're cash strapped now. So you don't even have the cap.
Yeah, I would give it to him because next year the cap is going to explode because the TV deals are going to be absolutely sick. Then the following year they're going to have all that money from all the fans coming back and the new TV contracts. I just think the NFL, that cap number is going to explode over the next couple of years because of this extra money that's going to end up coming in after it went down from the pandemic, so now it'll go back up again. So I just think they're going to have a lot of cap space when it's all said and done. And you protect yourself when you have 2 tight ends like that. If one goes out, you still have a dominant tight end for you playing in there. You know what I mean? We know Pitts will be at another level, but still, Gesicki is one hell of a playmaker for you, man. I like him, man.
Okay.
I don't know.
So let's suppose Pitts comes here. Let's say we select Pitts, and then Gesicki becomes a secondary guy. He's playing 500, 600 snaps a game because he's not an inline guy. He can't block. He's not doing the same things that Kyle Pitts is doing. Are you paying $12 million for a guy playing 600 snaps a season?
Yes, if I'm paying 10 for Devontae Parker to play half a season because the other half he's hurt or he's all
not making 10.
Yeah.
Devontae is not making 10. Devontae's making like 5.5. He's making 8 this year and 5.5 the next 2 years.
Okay, if I'm paying him 8, then I can pay Gesicki 12. I'm good with that, man. This is a guy that you drafted and you've developed, and his best years are
developed him.
And his best years are ahead of him. Yes.
So because you drafted, but you did the same thing with Charles Clay. You did the same thing with
No.
Lamar Miller.
I'm not a Charles
James.
You and I have been talking since those days. I was never a Charles Clay fan. He played small. I didn't like that guy. He had some speed and a little bit of jiggle, but he didn't have great hands, and he didn't play up in the air. This kid can play.
He still produced better seasons than he's done.
Yeah, because he had better quarterbacks. Now the new
Ryan Tannehill was his quarterback. Hold on, wait.
It's better than what they've had lately.
No.
And at Buffalo,
I will not let you disrespect Ryan Fitzpatrick like that. No, I'm sorry. No. Ryan Fitzpatrick is still, in my opinion, better than Ryan Tannehill here.
Yeah, here, yeah, I could go with that. Yeah, okay.
So Mike Gesicki had the better quarterback, and the relation. I'm curious to see what the bond and relationship is that Tua and Gesicki can develop because they didn't have good chemistry last year. So. It'll be interesting. Yeah, he had good chemistry with Fitzpatrick, but he didn't have good chemistry with Tua.
Are you getting a feeling that you're going to see a completely different Tua this year?
Oh, absolutely, no question. I didn't expect anything different. A complete off season. He's already out there running routes with his wide receivers. Put up a picture purposely with Devontae Parker at the center of it to shut fans up because they've seen him with the other receivers, but not Devontae. But, Tua's – this is part of the reason why I'm so adamant about Tua needed to be drafted last year. Tua's going to do everything in his power to maximize his ability and be the greatest version of himself that he can possibly be. There's no doubt in my mind. So as long as he can stay healthy, I'm convinced that he'll be a top 12 quarterback in this league. And I think that that's the starting point of what you need to win a championship.
Okay, so you think in the end the smart thing will be to let Gesicki go if you draft Kyle Pitts?
I think the smart thing would be to see how it plays out. Don't sign Gesicki this season, which is I'm sure something that he's pushing for, and let it play out. See where Kyle Pitts is, because if Pitts becomes a player that he has the potential to be. You could do fine with Durham Schmeidt or this new tight end that they drafted. You don't necessarily need two alphas. And when you put Gesicki on the field, you're telegraphing what you're doing, and which has always been my issue with him.
Yeah, I know that, but you put Pitts and him, the damage you can do is just absolutely sick. Plus, you're also giving your quarterback higher percentage passes too to make because obviously the tight end and these two targets are huge with range.
Yeah.
And that you can't undersell that stuff. When you've got receivers with range, it's a beautiful thing as a quarterback.
I mean, when you're playing, here's the thing about, and let's talk X's and O's because I could have that conversation with you. When you're putting Gesicki on the field, you're taking a slot off. You force me to ask myself, what would I rather be on the field? I would rather a slot receiver like Jalen Waddle or Devonta Smith on the field as opposed to Mike Gesicki on the field. I'm sorry.
Well, but those kind of guys I can put on the outside. I don't have to put them inside, and I can see physically I'm creating mismatches if I put those two tight ends in the middle of the field because there really isn't a safety that can hang with any of those guys. There isn't a linebacker that's going to hang with those guys. Both those guys are going to out-jump all those safeties, any nickel corner, any linebacker. It's an easy pass for the quarterback because those two kids can soar. And if you can soar in the air, then you're just going to be a complete mismatch. And think about this. Gesicki's going to get the lighter coverage out of all of it. Because if you do have speed on the outside and Pitts in the inside, Gesicki will be facing one of the worst people on their team to cover. That will become a total mismatch.
Yeah, no question. I could see the mismatch created.
Counterpoint.
I would rather have a slot receiver. You know, you got your two guys on the boundary in Fuller and Devontae. You have Pitts, let's say, working on the line. So that third player is either Gesicki or it's a slot receiver. I'm going to go with the slot receiver. I just am.
Okay.
I get it. Yeah, I get
Just
it.
think about it. The Dolphins can do what the Patriots did years ago without killing human beings. I think it's impressive.
Hold on, wait. But the Patriots did that with Tom Brady. I always say throw out anything that Tom Brady did.
Yeah, but our guys won't be murdering people in the community. I mean, come on, give them a break there. That kind of brings it a balance here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see if they can recreate that what they had with Gronk and
well, they're trying to do it now, and dude, they're trying to do it now in New England.
Absolutely, I'm dying to see if it works. Let's see.
Well, they got the wrong quarterback.
The magic of Belichick.
They got the wrong quarterback, but I mean, you know, they got to get the quarterback.
I don't think they're done. I don't think they're done. I think they're going to get Garoppolo. I definitely.
You know, I still think the Jets keep him for one more. I mean, the Niners keep him for one more year to give the kid that they draft a year to kind of watch everything.
Mind you, here's how I see this season playing out. I think the 49ers trade number 3 to the Houston Texans for Deshaun Watson when this whole rub and tug situation settles itself out. And I definitely see. I think they'll trade. Bosa, and I think they'll trade. They'll trade probably Garoppolo, and they'll trade that first round pick to the Texans to get Watson. And from there, what they do with Garoppolo, who ends up with Garoppolo, I'm curious to see how that plays out as well. I just think that the Texans are going to eventually decide that they need to move on. So. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Follow him on Twitter at Omar Kelly. And, of course, this is the EJD Construction Miami Dolphins Report. Omar, as always, great conversation, my friend. I appreciate you.
All right.
Have a fantastic week. And go see that Paul Pierce video. You're welcome.
All right. Talk to you later.
You got it. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back on the other side. We're already late. We'll start hour number 2 when we come back right here on OnSideRadio.com.
OnSide Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Welcome to OnSideRadio.com. Broadcasting from South Florida to the world. No station in South Florida provides more live and local sports talk.
This is like rock and roll with no music.
Follow OnSide Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Every Thursday, NBA fans can catch one of the best basketball shows in the country when Ethan Skolnick and Ira Winderman host Inside the Paint. Listen to 2 of the most knowledgeable and connected reporters in the business. Get year-round insight every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. with Inside the Paint on the home for hardcore basketball fans. OnSideRadio.com.
ADHD. It's the child who can't pay attention or sit still in school, right? The answer may be yes. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or ADHD, can be complicated and it can last a lifetime. Living with a condition can sometimes be a challenge. It may take years to accept a formal diagnosis, and it's not always easy to find the right treatment plan. Did you know that up to 75% of children and adolescents with ADHD have at least one additional mental health condition that also requires a comprehensive approach to treatment? ADHD guidelines were recently updated to reflect the need to screen for associated disorders. Be sure to talk with your child's doctor about proper screening and visit more2adhd.com for additional information. That's more2adhd.com. This message has been brought to you in partnership with ADA, ACO, and CHAD.
Big news, Miami fans! Body Armor is proud to be the new official sports drink of Major League Soccer and Inter Miami CF. It doesn't matter if you're a player or a fan, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you with potassium-packed electrolytes, antioxidants, and no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. Whether you're at home or in the starting lineup, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you from kickoff to the final whistle. Body Armor, now the official sports drink of Inter Miami CF, available at your local Publix.
Inter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
If you missed 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh, you missed.
You know,
it's so rough being a Yankee fan. It's
It
so
is,
rough. It's
man.
so hard. I know. Oh,
It really is. I mean, they.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. Time to get in the zone. The OnSide Zone.
And look, man, I don't care if you're my wife. If I don't agree with you, I'm going to say it. You know what I mean?
The OnSide Zone.
He's a liar. And there's nothing new about that. He's full of crap. If you're believing that, I got a bridge in the Keys. It's the one on the right side. Just want you to know, when you're going south, you'll see the smaller bridge on the right. I've got that one for sale if you're interested.
You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
That's the one boy band that I will say, dude, I'll stand up for Boys to Men every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Love those guys.
You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. You can connect with us at OnSideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. The OnSide Zone with a Big O.
All right. All right, let's rock it, baby. Hour number 2 of the program. We take you, of course, till 3. Alex Dono will take over at that point. If you want to get in, 888-441-4623. That's the phone line. The text line, got to pull that up here. And it is 844-416-8123. I'll answer your text there on the text line, 844-416-8123. Of course, those of you watching on YouTube, please pounce, all right? That like button. We need it. By hitting that like button, it hits the algorithms, and hopefully it spreads the video to other places, and other folks find out about OnSide Radio, so they're not tortured by the absolute crap that you're hearing on regular radio nowadays here locally, because all you're doing is getting a bunch of stations that are piping in a whole bunch of national shows, and nobody talks more local sports than we do here at OnSideRadio.com. So please make sure you smash that like button. Happy Monday, Big O. I hope you had a good Easter. Did you get a chance to read Jason Lockham-Fora's article I sent you Friday? Wasn't sure if you read it, from G in Pennsylvania. I saw the article, I saved the article, and I never read the article. I got to go back and read it. My bad on it. Orlando, I heard it isn't a good idea to laminate your coronavirus card, because in the future you can't add them if boosters end up being required. Put it in plastic like people do their credit cards. Just keep it in your wallet. FYI, Dolphin Jeff from Long Island. Too late. It's been laminated already. So whatever, man. I can't do anything about that. If there's a booster, then, too bad, so sad, as they say, I lose. But, hey, listen, they give me another card with a booster, and I'll carry both. I can't carry any of them anyways because they're too big. They don't fit. And obviously our moronic governor doesn't want to do the passport, which I think we should do the passport. We might need it for traveling. I hope the CDC does it on their own, and it's optional. If people want to get a vaccine passport, I would like to get one. See, some of you out there, you get all this whole thing about police state and all of that. What are you? Are you money laundering? Or are you selling kids? Are you selling drugs? Are you a thief? I'm sorry. I don't care about that stuff. You know, they can track me all they want. I'm just a boring dude that does sports. And unfortunately, I don't get to do my concerts. But, you know, that's it, man. Hang out in my house. I do sports. I'm trying to build this business here with everybody else. It's all I do all day. So I don't care. You can track me all you want. Track my boring life. Me, my wife, my dogs, my daughter, and sports radio, and then whenever I can get my damn concerts back. That's it. I don't care. So, you know, it's some of you out there, it's like, I remember when I said, you know, I wanted better security at airports, like, because when we had people, you know, we've had people go with guns to airports and all that. I said, man, I don't mind if you put the military in the airport. And then people are like, oh, you're going to make it a police state. It's not that it's a police state. It's to protect us so we can avoid these kind of things. Again, if you're a criminal and you need to hide, then I get why. But most of us that really aren't in criminal activity, we don't care, bro. At least I don't. Dude, I love Omar, but he is so dead wrong on his Kyle Pitts and Mike Gesicki take. But Omar has been against Gesicki from the beginning and has been wrong this whole time. I love the show, Big O. Thank you. Thank you for loving the show. But that's the beauty of sports, man. We don't have to always agree. You know, I love Omar, and I disagree with him many times over. And I would love the Dolphins to draft Pitts, and we watch the Dolphins attack teams with Pitts and Gesicki work in the middle of the field. I think it would be monstrous. And then if you get a pass-catching back, I mean, the other guys they have already can catch passes, but you know they're leaving that one spot open for some number one guy to take over. So that number one guy, if he can catch passes too, and you put some speed on the outside with those tight ends and a running back, you can make different kinds of combos, and you are going to drive a defenses crazy. And that's what New England's trying to do now because they know that they don't have a great quarterback. So they've got to bring in two tight ends to kind of make life as easy as possible for Cam. And it will and with when you have two dominant tight ends, I just think it creates all kinds of mismatches. And like I told Omar, you know, he was so quick on the money, but the money's going to grow next year because the new TV deals are going to come in. So next year's cap is going to explode. And then the following year, it's going to explode even more because now they've had fans into the stadiums full and fans are buying all kinds of stuff. And so they're going to be able to load it back up again. And the NFL soon will be dishing out NFTs and things like that. They're going to get into the crypto world too. So they're going to be able to, you know, today, Crypto.com is putting out the Snoop Dogg NFTs. Those things are going to blow up. Okay? Now, some people are losing money on that because they overbought them and now they're underselling them, which is kind of expected. But like the ones like Snoop is going to have, and then when the NFL comes out and the NBA, MLS, you know, I told Inter Miami about it. I said, we got to do NFTs. And so they'll be able to produce all kinds of money. They'll have plenty of money for players. The $12 million that Omar's talking about, it's not that crippling. And I believe you pay Gesicki. I think it sends a great message because you drafted the kid, you developed him, he got better every single year. And what he did this year playing after that shoulder injury and coming back and showing that kind of toughness, you got to reward things like that. And that sends a great message to the rest of the locker room. And again, like I told Omar, you pay Gesicki now, you don't have to worry about it because you don't have to pay Pitts for 5 years. So then maybe you can make a decision on Gesicki down the line. But for now, I'd keep him on the roster and create mismatches. That's what I would do. Your counterpoint just crushed him, Julius 305. Well, I mean, that's the beauty of going back and forth and having some fun. Hey, I'm sure a lot of you will be agreeing with Omar. I'm sure some of you will agree with me. That's what sports is all about. You know what I mean? I understand what he's trying to accomplish. I just think the Dolphins can accomplish both. I really do. And I would love it to watch them create those mismatches. And by the way, somebody on the YouTube here, they were right. I think it was Matt Walker that said it. He was onto something. Paul Pierce was in the Boom Boom Room. That is the Boom Boom Room. Okay? I'm telling you. It's Kenneth Cleveland always talks about his Boom Boom Room, and where Paul Pierce was on Friday, I mean, if that's not a Boom Boom Room, I don't know what is. Am I wrong here, Alex? Was that not? Did the Paul Pierce thing didn't it look like a Boom Boom Room?
You know, hearing Kenneth Cleveland talk about the Boom Boom Room every day, and now I got to finally see that video of Paul Pierce. Now I put two and two together. I'm like, maybe Kenneth was there. Maybe
Exactly.
he was with Paul Pierce that night.
Maybe. You just never know. I'm telling you, Paul Pierce had way too much fun. And in a way, what he was doing, really, that's his right to do that if he feels like doing it. The women weren't there like being held at gunpoint or anything. They're enjoying themselves. They're making money. This is what they do for a living. You know what I mean? So nobody was doing something that they didn't want to do in that room. But unfortunately, it depends on what kind of a job you have. Okay? You know what I mean? If it's Alex Aguirre doing that on Friday and I see the video, he's got a job here for life. But see, he's not working for the mouse. He's working for me, you know? And so, you know, we would be like, yo, you know, we'd be vicariously living through Alex. Like, yo, tell us about the Boom Boom Room. We saw the video. That thing's amazing. You are a god. But see, it's a different world here at OnSide Radio. But see, Paul Pierce works for the mouse. And you just can't, you know, think wholesome in the Magic Kingdom and then there's, you know, a stripper in the middle of the Magic Kingdom. And it's like, no, that just doesn't fly. Disney really should just get out of everything. You know, just stick to Disney stuff. They shouldn't be tied to everything else that then they have to then, you know. So I would imagine we're about to see that Paul Pierce got fired or a lengthy suspension or something. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't even think it'll be a lengthy suspension. I think they're going to fire his ass. Ray says, I agree 100% with Big O on the Gesicki take. Thank you, sir. Boom, boom, room, baby. See, Matt Walker, you're on to something, dude. You're on to something. Where is Kenneth Cleveland? You know, we haven't even seen Kenneth Cleveland here, right? He's not even. Now I know that was the Boom Boom Room. Kenneth Cleveland got so turned up on Friday, okay? He drank so much with Paul Pierce and probably smoked a lot of blunts that he has no energy anymore. He's done. He's history. He's in the archives. The poor man is worn out in the Boom Boom Room. I'm telling you. Let me see what we got. What do we got on the John Rouse is in the house. He was number one today. Matt Walker, NorCal, JG, Herman Cueva, Ian from Brooklyn, Troy Ortiz, Dennis Akers, Rosendo Marco, Dougie Fresh, Matt Walker, Pat in Asheville is in. Let's see, who else do we have here? Chiming in, Bromar Smelly. Pat says, Dolphins will draft Sewell. If available, look at wide receiver first round. The past decade, not many home runs. Listen, if you draft Penei Sewell, I cannot complain. Seriously. There's no way of me complaining if you draft Penei Sewell. It makes a lot of sense. You know, because the guy's a monster. So that will definitely solidify the line for years to come. Kind of jumble it up a little bit. Although it'll be interesting, will they keep Penei on the right side or move Jackson there? But that side is the side you're protecting Tua's blind side. You know? So that'll be very interesting how they do that. Jean-Luc says, I always hated Pierce because of the Celtics, but he's a legend for that video. You know, the ESPN folks and then the Disney folks are talking, you know, that video was entertaining as hell. It's a shame we're going to have to fire him for that. I mean, Paul, man, why didn't you just keep it to yourself? At no time did that guy ever think that was a bad idea. No time. A minute in, 90 seconds in, 2 minutes, 4 minutes in, 5 minutes in, 8 minutes in. I mean, it never registered like, maybe I shouldn't be showing this. Maybe this is not a good look for me, And you know what the part I love is some Monica says something to him, and he goes, Monica, you should be here. You can make some money too. She's from Istanbul, Turkey. There were just so many lines. Give me a line. Give me another of the greatest hits from Paul Pierce's Really Good Friday.
Hey man, shout out to all the Jews for Shabbat. I wish I could Shabbat, but I'm busy right now. Shout out to all my Jewish homies. I got love, I know Friday night, y'all night until, it's love. Oh, Vanessa. I'll see y'all on Sunday. What's happening? Shabbat is popping. Can somebody invite me today, Shabbat? I would love to have a sit-down meal like that. Because I really never had that type of family environment.
39.50 more.
You know what I'm saying? I would love to join one of y'all Shabbats. I never had that in my life growing up, man. My mom's, I never had my pops around. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
There's so many layers to that one right there, right? Because at that moment, that's where you got a little emotional for Paul Pierce. Because you can tell the drunken nature. What happens when you drink and you get inebriated? All of a sudden, it becomes truth serum, right? When you're drunk, you don't realize it, but you loosen up a little bit, and then you start telling the truth to people and all that. And he starts saying, that I want to be with, the Jewish friends and the Shabbat and all that on a Friday. And because I never had that kind of family. My dad was never around. When he said my dad wasn't around, my heart sunk. Because obviously there's some pain there, you know what I mean? And many of us have experienced family-like pain that lasts forever. You know what? It doesn't matter how old you are. And it happened while you were in your, 8 or 9 or 10 or teens or whatever. It's stuff that sticks to you forever. And there's a part there where you're partying, you're having a good time. And hey, shout out to at least Paul Pierce. He's got love. You know what I mean? So at least he's showing some love to the Jewish community and not being an anti-Semite like, the former Heat player. You know what I'm saying? So to his credit. But then when he drops that whole thing about his dad not being around, that's a part of me. That part of me, I got a little emotional. I gotta be honest with you. It kind of, when you were watching that video, Alex, did that part hit you a little bit like, okay, this guy's partying, but you could tell he still has some pain inside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it threw me off a bit because when you're watching the video, you can clearly see he's having a good time doing his thing, drinking, playing poker, and all of a sudden he just drops that on, out of left field, and it's like, okay, but that, you're right, alcohol does bring that out of you. It makes you emotional. It can bring sometimes the worst out of you.
True serum, baby.
Yeah,
true serum, and in the true serum, at least, he wasn't showing any hate. He wasn't pulling any of the other stuff that other idiots do, which, by the way, Carlton Davis was sober, and so was Myers Leonard. Okay? So, you know what I'm saying? But I got to admit that when Paul dropped that, because my dad wasn't around, that, I was like, whoa, wow, okay. We just got real all of a sudden here. All of a sudden, we were just having some fun. We're watching asses shake. We're laughing at Paul. We're laughing that he's drunk off his ass. He's high as hell. He's playing poker. He's jamming on the people on the table, all that stuff. And then he dropped something real. And you're like, oh, man, okay. Wow. So it did a number, I have to admit. By the way, OnSide Radio understands gaming is a big part of the sports landscape, and obviously Paul Pierce is doing a lot of gaming himself. That's why every day we keep you updated with some of the latest gaming news with OnSide Radio's E-Minute hosted by Toast, Kai, and Michael Christian. If you missed it, it's podcasted daily. Search OnSide Radio on all platforms. Subscribe, rate, and review. OnSideRadio.com, the station gamers call home.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
She's kind of a big deal. Some people like to say it's only because of how she looks. She sticks her tongue out a lot. But there's just something about her that makes people do crazy things, like get tattoos of her face, or wait in line for hours just to say hi. Lil Bub is a 2-year-old cat, an Instagram celebrity with a following bigger than some 90s television stars. And it all started because she was adopted. You can't buy a best friend like Lil Bub, but you can adopt one. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
Riddle me this. With all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's new papadilla? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding? Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Get a new papadilla, 4 flavors, just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
Big O for M&S Air Conditioning. You know, air quality in your home and business is more important than ever. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning and let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit. Folks, it attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. With stellar customer service, answering your call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. For more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans, visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
Every Thursday, NBA fans can catch one of the best basketball shows in the country when Ethan Skolnick and Ira Winderman host Inside the Paint. Listen to 2 of the most knowledgeable and connected reporters in the business. Get year-round insight every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. with Inside the Paint on the home for hardcore basketball fans. OnSideRadio.com.
Big news, Miami fans! Body Armor is proud to be the new official sports drink of Major League Soccer and Inter Miami CF. It doesn't matter if you're a player or a fan, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you with potassium-packed electrolytes, antioxidants, and no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. Whether you're at home or in the starting lineup, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you from kickoff to the final whistle. Body Armor, now the official sports drink of Inter Miami CF, available at your local Publix.
If you missed Man of the Match with Alex Dano, you missed.
I think we need to normalize the nickname Dick again. There used to be a lot of dicks. Now, you know, people think about the male anatomy. I don't know why we can't use Dick as a nickname. There was something the strong, silent type would have the name Dick. Yeah, sure, it was a nickname for Richard, but Richards now will just go by Rich or Richard. Like, nobody goes by Dick anymore. I think we need to normalize Dick.
Man of the Match with Alex Dano from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Thank you, sir. appreciate you. Working hard here at OnSide Radio. Everybody is grinding. Alex is grinding. We saw Larry Glick right now grinding. It's a beautiful thing. If your company, by the way, wants to join OnSide Radio, you can contact us, okay? Reach out to us. Email alzigary at onsideradio.com. We would love for you to join our family, as always. Drew Boo is in the house. I like it. It's a beautiful thing. Getting the boys and girls all together. Don't forget, again, hit that like button. Smash that like button. Share it. Tell your friends, because they can listen to Toast and Marsh in the morning, who do an excellent job. Kai Chen Chisholm, I'm very proud of that young man. I think he's going to grow into being a really good talk show host. Myself, I'll struggle along for 3 hours. Then we've got the stud that is Alex Dono, doing his thing. So many people to listen to on weekends. We got plenty of programming also, which, Alex, how about you, dude? You guys are moving. They do Deep Into the Count from 8 to 9 normally. But now that the season started, we're going to expand the show for 2 hours. But these guys didn't want to wake up like at 5 in the morning, because that would be torturous on a Saturday. I mean, come on. So they're going to start later, actually, and they're going to go 1 to 3 in the afternoon now every Saturday for Deep Into the Count. So you'll get a lot of Marlins talk. You'll get a lot of Major League talk. You guys are pumped up, huh? It's going to be fun.
I know, yeah. We were so pumped. One, for not waking up early in the morning anymore.
Yeah.
And two, 2 hours, 1 hour goes by so quick, especially about Marlins baseball. There's so much to talk about for this season,
Yep.
so much to look forward to. So 2 hours is the perfect amount of time. And, we can have another guest, talk about, give us another perspective on Marlins baseball. So we're really looking forward to it, and we can't wait.
Yeah, and now you can do even some national stuff, too. So you can go over all kinds of things. So check out Deep Into the Count. It is a growing show here on OnSide Radio. So for those of you that do like a little baseball, you can do that. Orlando Ledbetter is a buddy of mine for many, many years in this business. Really good dude, and he's been covering the Falcons. I don't know how long it is. It's a long time. It's probably about 20 years. He's been at it. And so he's been a Falcons beat writer forever. And since Miami traded down to 12 and then back up to 6, and with Atlanta sitting there at 4, it's very important to know what is Atlanta going to do. And Orlando has a better feel for this team than most people do around the country, because he's local. He's there every day. It's kind of like what we do every day here at OnSide Radio. All of our guys are going to know our teams locally a lot better than any of these national heads. So you want to go to the people that actually are around the team, watch it all the time, get a good feel for it. And Orlando Ledbetter, I want to pick his brain. What are they going to do? Are they going to go quarterback at 4? Are they going to go tight end because of the whole, tight end, Tony Gonzalez, all that good stuff? And then Kyle Pitts is, we're talking about a game-changing talent. So I would not be surprised if they take him at 4. I'd be pissed, but I won't be surprised, okay? Because I want him for the Dolphins. I got to admit, it's him first and Jamar Chase. Then Penei Sewell would be my third pick there. That's probably the way I would kind of work it, but we'll see what ends up happening when it's all said and done. We'll talk to Orlando in the next segment, and we'll get his thoughts on all of that. Did you see Godzilla versus Kong?
I did, yeah.
Was it good?
I thought it was really good, yeah.
Okay, 48 million, dude. It's a pandemic record.
Damn.
Yeah, pandemic record for Godzilla and Kong. I have not watched it. I do have HBO Max, I think it is, or
yeah, HBO Max.
It's HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
I do have that, but I have not watched it yet. And I've had plenty of opportunities this weekend. I always went down another rabbit hole, and then another rabbit hole, and then another rabbit hole, and I did not watch Godzilla versus Kong. But it generated, according to the tent pole from Warner Brothers and Legendary Entertainment, generated $32 million over the weekend, $48.5 million in its first 5 days. It exceeded the industry's expectations and easily the biggest debut since coronavirus hit. Prior to this weekend, Wonder Woman 1984 had the biggest 3-day start at $16.7 million, followed by Tom and Jerry at $14 million. So obviously this one crushed it. I have not watched Wonder Woman 84 only because, and I love the first one, but everybody says the second one sucks. So I've just like left it there, and I'm like, yeah, I'll watch it one day or sometime or something like that. I'm really bored that day. I'll watch the 1984, but apparently it sucked. Is that true, Alex?
I haven't seen the new Wonder Woman yet, but the first one. I really liked it.
So
a lot.
You're doing the same thing I did.
Yeah.
You loved the first one, but then you heard everybody tell you, "Oh, dude, that thing sucked."
Pretty much. So I really haven't gone. I'm not really.
You're
interested.
uninspired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I'm uninspired too. You know. Now, if you want inspiration, let me hear Paul Pierce on Friday night. You want inspiration? You want to feel good? Or maybe you're going to feel bad because you weren't there feeling good with Paul Pierce. All right, go ahead. Give me some Paul Pierce. Give me another one.
Man, if y'all want some original content, follow me, yo. I'm about to start bringing that original retirement content. I'm about to start the podcast. I'm about to start the YouTube channel. If y'all want to see some real exclusive of basketball after life, this is it. All them other, they not doing it like this. We're going to give y'all exclusive content.
Yep, no, I'm telling you, it's a different kind of ball handling that is going on. Yep, no doubt about it. It is a whole different hand checking going on in Paul Pierce's post-retirement content. If it's more like that, he's going to have millions of subscribers. You know what I'm saying? It's Paul Pierce's Good Friday. Gotta love it. You got Paul Pierce on Good Friday having too good of a Friday. And then you got Lincoln Riley putting out his brisket on Friday. Did you see that, Alex?
No, I did not.
Oh, man. So it's classic. You know who Lincoln Riley is, right?
No.
Oklahoma head coach, Lincoln Riley. So Lincoln Riley, he posts, and, you know, you're not supposed to eat meat and all that good stuff. So he posts that he is cooking a brisket. So there you go. I don't know if you guys can see this from that screen. So he posts a brisket, and, you know, people were killing him on the brisket and all that good stuff. They go, I don't know why everybody is roasting this. That pumpernickel looks delicious because it just didn't look – it's not a tasty-looking brisket, and it does look kind of dry. He goes, it looks like he smoked a football. One guy – I mean, so he puts that up, right? And people all over the place are slamming him. A cow died so this dude can murder it a second time. These are all the retweets after he posted his brisket. Okay? Let's see. What was the other ones? Is this a belt or a shoe? Somebody put. R.I.P. whichever of the Sooner Schooner horses was butchered for this. Okay? I mean, it just going on and on and on. So, you know, everybody celebrates Good Friday in different ways. Lincoln Riley eats meat, and, you know, Paul Pierce likes a side of meat. You know, I mean, it's just the way you look at it. You know, it all depends. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side. We will be joined by D. Orlando Ledbetter. Don't forget, Saturdays from 1 to 3 p.m., baseball fans can go deep into the count with Alex Aguirre and Christian Chase. Catch the show that talks Marlins and all the big stories in the major leagues. Every Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m., Seamheads have a new home. Listen to Deep Into the Count exclusively at OnSideRadio.com.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
He was the heart of your family, and he taught you our history.
He helped you fix your first flat. He was the best backyard DJ around. And every time he'd tell a story, he'd own the room. But now more than ever, he may feel alone. Today, older adults and their loved ones are struggling to connect, in a time when connection has never been more important. But there is something we can do. Embrace our older loved ones through StoryCorps Connect. With StoryCorps Connect, you can honor seniors remotely with an interview about their life. Every interview will be archived at the Library of Congress, becoming part of American history, so that years from now, future generations can listen in.
All right, Grandpa, what's one piece of advice you have for me?
Just 3 words, sweetheart. Live with courage. The man that had the best stories still has plenty of stories to tell. So connect virtually and share the conversation of a lifetime at storycorpsconnect.org/AARP. Connect, honor, share. StoryCorps Connect. A message from AARP, StoryCorps, and the Ad Council.
He has an overbite that makes him look like a cartoon character, a slightly crooked eye, and an uncommonly wrinkly neck. In the right light, he can look a little like a garden gnome, and he'll wear a bow tie just because. Sure, you might call him a little quirky, but that's exactly what makes him so perfect. Tuna is a 3-year-old Chihuahua Dachshund mix with more than 700,000 followers on Instagram, and it all started because he was adopted. You can't buy a best friend like Tuna, but you can adopt one. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
Inter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
Catch a South Florida staple every afternoon as Alex Dano hosts the Man of the Match. Dano covers everything from football to football to MMA. Tune in to one of the most complete sports shows in the country with Man of the Match with Alex Dano from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. every weekday, exclusively at OnSideRadio.com.
Riddle me this. With all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's new papadilla? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding? Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Get a new papadilla, 4 flavors, just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnSideRadio.com sports update.
A winning weekend in South Florida, as on Saturday the Heat beat the Cavs 115-101 for their 4th straight win. Bam Adebayo had 18 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. Next game for the Heat is tomorrow at home versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Tip-off is at 8 p.m. The Miami Marlins won the final game of their series with the Tampa Bay Rays 12-7. Starling Marte had 4 hits for the Fish, who won their first game of the season and also their first home win versus Tampa Bay since 2018. Marlins welcome the Cardinals to Lone Depot Park tonight. First pitch is at 6:40. Trevor Rogers is on the mound for the Fish. The Florida Panthers swept the Columbus Blue Jackets at the BB&T Center 5-2 on Saturday and 3-0 on Sunday behind Chris Drieger's second shutout of the season. Their next game is Tuesday against Carolina. Puck drops at 7 p.m. With the OnSide Sports Update, I'm Alex Aguirre, and you're listening to the only locally sports station in South Florida, OnSideRadio.com.
What is dedication?
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is Dariana. We call him Day for short. Every day he's hungry for something, whether it's attention, affection, knowledge. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that when he's no longer under my wing, that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. The craziest thing was believing that your dad knew everything. So as a dad, you felt like you had to know everything. You had to get everything right. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, then, it kind of starts to work itself out. I want him to be able to sit back one day and go, we worked together, we did a good job.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Alrighty, I promised you Orlando Ledbetter would be kind enough to join us. He's always been a friend of the program for many, many years. You can follow him on Twitter at DOrlandoAJC, working for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, and been on the Falcons beat for a long, long time. Let's welcome aboard. Orlando, how you doing, my friend?
Big O, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the show today.
What year is this for you? What season is this for you covering the Falcons?
17th season. Started in 05 and took over in 08. Me and Steve Weiss covered them together for a couple of years and been the main guy since 08.
Yeah, that's it's amazing stuff. So, as you know, the Miami Dolphins made all kinds of moves from 3 to 12 and then back up to 6. So now this whole thing is going on and we're all trying to figure out where are all the pieces going to fall. And obviously, it's either tight end or quarterback is what we keep nailing Atlanta to at number 4. You're on this beat. You know this team better than most people do. What is your gut telling you right now? What direction is Atlanta going in?
Yeah, I think they're going offensive line. The Penei Sewell kid is considered a difference maker, can start at all 4 positions, is legitimate, and they blocking has been a problem here in Atlanta. You know, anything else would be a luxury item. You know, you can wait on the quarterback. You have a tight end. I mean, Matt Ryan's getting sacked 40 times a year now for the last 3 years, at least 40, 50 and 2 years ago. So, and they don't have a blocking that's good enough to open up any holes in the run game. So, if this kid is as good as everybody say he is, he's the pick at 4. And they're throwing smoke screens on these visits to Jamar Chase and, to let everybody know that they like Pitt too and so forth and so on. And then Jalen Fields would certainly be a good popular pick here, but they don't really need him, especially after Matt Ryan was restructured and his contracts are, in the 40 million salary cap hits for the next couple of years.
So you're not believing any of this quarterback stuff or any of this tight end stuff? You think this is all part of the lying season?
Yes, no doubt, especially this time out. Because, it was pointed out to me that they were at Jamar Chase. I'm like, that's the only reason to do that is because, that's a smokescreen deal. So, they want somebody to think they're interested in Chase, so maybe they'll come up and trade them their picks and they can fall back and still get their guy. So, yeah, right now that's where I'm at with it. We're still on the case. We're talking to Sewell today at 3:00 Eastern, and try to get a better handle on it.
All right, it's funny because obviously I'm wrong too, because I looked at Trey Lance and I said, okay, this guy reminds me a lot of what Arthur was doing with Ryan Tannehill at Tennessee, and I could see him doing the same things with Trey Lance in Atlanta. So why not go for a quarterback when Matt Ryan is probably in the twilight of his career?
Yeah, Matt's 36. He's got 3 years left on his contract. He hasn't been a problem. He hasn't shown any signs of slippage. It's them not being able to run the ball and protect him. So, I could see Arthur saying, well, hey, this is a major upgrade from Tannehill to Matt Ryan, even if it is for 2 years or 3. And let's fix some of these other more pressing matters around the team. So that's where I'm at with the quarterback. I started at the beginning of this, thinking, oh, yeah, they're going to get one of these quarterbacks. But once they redid his contract and then, had to trade up, that's going to take one of the quarterbacks out of play.
Okay. That is really, really interesting. Now, is in Atlanta, the thought is we're close to being a playoff team, not about rebuild now with the new coach, then, is what it seems like.
Yeah, that's what we're reading. stuck with Matt Ryan, stuck with Julio. They had to cut some people on defense. They're talking about winning close games. They lost a bunch of close games the last couple of years. So, yeah, it's all that, hey, we get back to 8-8, still a couple, and we're back in the playoffs here over in the NFC South. It's not the full rebuild button, not a whole tank for whoever's up there next year deal. They think they could put enough pieces together to get back in the mix right away.
Now, do you think the smoke screens sending out quarterback and tight end, it's because they don't want to sell themselves on how much they love Penei Sewell? Because I got to tell you something. I think San Fran, that story that came out that they traded up to get Mac Jones, I think that's a bunch of crap. I think Shanahan loves either Fields or Zach Wilson, and he doesn't want to tell anybody who he really likes because he doesn't want the Jets to pounce on him. So that's why they're throwing that BS out there of Mac Jones, which I do not believe. So is it the same thing there in Atlanta? We don't want to tell people how much we like Penei because then somebody may end up moving up in front of him?
Yeah, no doubt. And that's I think I wrote that last week in my column that I was told nobody trades up to 3 to get a developmental quarterback. So that's Trey Lance. He's not ready. He's Jordan Love. He's going to take some time. So you don't go up to 3 for that. And if you wanted Mac Jones, you would have stayed at 12 and got Mac Jones.
Right.
You didn't have to trade up to 3 to get Mac Jones. You had to trade up to 3 to get Justin Fields or Zach Wilson. So that's what they did. They're looking at Justin Fields, and then that leaves the board open for the Falcons to take the first positional player, which, is either Pitt, Sewell, or Jamar Chase. So, you can trade back and maybe get a couple of those. Not Pitts, though, I don't think.
All right, we all know Lawrence looks like a stud for the next level. Who's the other guy you really like a lot now that you've done some homework, you've been able to call people? Who's the other young quarterback that's caught your eye?
I like Fields, and I've been watching both of them since the 8th grade. When they'd be on the news up here in Atlanta, showing the Cartersville High highlights and Harrison High highlights. They were 1 and 2 back then, in consecutive classes. So, but what Justin did in the playoff game against Clemson let me know that he's kind of perfect fit for Kyle's offense. The bootlegs, the stretch runs. It's Michael Vick coming out the backside of those outside zone runs, not as fast, but pretty fast still. And then being able to throw it back across the field on those deep crossing routes that Kyle likes to run off of those outside zones. So Kyle fits him. He fits his offense. He maybe doesn't overthrow Emmanuel Sanders in the Super Bowl like Garoppolo did, and maybe they got a ring. So that's the one I've been most impressed with. I don't like Zach Wilson if he's all this great, talent that they say he is. How did he lose to Coastal Carolina? Nobody's been able to answer that for me. So I'm like, if he's this transcendent talent, how does he go and lose to Coastal Carolina? I'm sure that's a fine Coastal Carolina program, but if he's all that, he's not supposed to lose to Coastal Carolina. So I'm kind of putting him over to the Trubisky camp. I want to see that, and then them saying Trey Lance is the next Steve McNair. Okay, that's a lot. So I want to see that in a couple of years. Yeah, that's a whole lot. I'm not buying that either. So it's 2 quarterbacks for me, and Mac Jones might be a good manager, good underneath guy. It might be a good pro. But I'm not drafting him at 3 to turn my franchise around.
I hate when we do that to kids, that we like, okay, he's the next Steve McNair, and then you put the weight of the world on the damn kid to come up and be a stud. And it's just like, why don't we just let them develop into what we think they are? Maybe tell me the traits he has that it reminds you of it, but don't say he's the next Steve McNair. That's so unfair to these kids. I remember when we saw the Miami Heat draft Harold Miner. Oh, he's the baby Jordan. And it's like, come on, man. Come on.
Jordan,
what are you gonna do to this kid? The poor kid now's got to live up to the name Jordan. And he never did. And it's just so unfair. It really is.
Yep, no doubt about it. I was like, hey, come on, you can't just throw that out there. It was like, Steve went to 1AA. This kid's 1AA. They both run hard near the goal line. It was some similarities, but, don't say he's the next one. Just say there's some similarities between him and their college careers.
Now, let me ask you, I know everybody's going to say I'm excited, I'm pumped, I love the addition, this and that, and all that crap, but I got to say something. I love Arthur Smith. The way he designed the offense in Tennessee, I thought it was masterful, man. I thought he called a great game. I got to think that Matt Ryan has watched that and said, holy shit, I got myself one hell of an offensive coordinator as my head coach.
Yeah, no question about it. He's been on the radar screen for a couple of years, so you kind of have to pay attention. But it wasn't nothing special. I mean, he's running Derrick Henry and throwing play action fakes off of him. So he made Tannehill look like a quarterback. AJ Brown and and I didn't think he was from we come down there every year for the Miami exhibitions and a couple. Actually, Tannehill beat the Falcons down there in the regular season one year.
Well, the sun shines on every dog's ass every once in a while. Listen, you saw in the playoffs when they shut Henry down, then all of a sudden you need your quarterback to bail you out, and you get the real Ryan Tannehill that he can't bail you out. That's it.
Right, exactly. So I'm not all. I'm high on Arthur. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. But he had an easy button in Tennessee. Who can't throw off a 2,000-yard back?
Yeah, I got you. But when you watch the play designs that he had and how he freed people up, I thought he did a really nice job. No matter what receiver it was, Jonnu Smith to the receivers to everything else, I thought he did a really nice job that I think with a guy like Matt Ryan, who's obviously at another level mentally than Ryan ever will be, I think he's going to really shine in this offense. All right, D'Orlando, give us one more thing before we got to let you go here. What's the other need that you expect the Falcons to fill in the draft after Panay?
After Panay, I think they're going to go running back or cornerback. They want to blitz a lot under the new DC, and you can't really do that with one of the cornerback guys. One of the cornerback guys is wide open at all times, which has been the case here. So they got to do something in the secondary, and they got to get something in the backfield to replace Todd Gurley and to go with Mike Davis, whom they signed in free agency.
Well, listen, I just want you to know that this interview probably made Dolphin fans feel really good because they want Pitts or Chase. So if Atlanta's taking Sewell, they're guaranteed of getting Pitts or Chase. And it looks like Cincinnati will go Chase, so they might end up with Pitts, which is kind of crazy, man. That is that'll be interesting.
What the Dolphins. Yeah, that's why the Dolphins wanted to get back to 6. They had it right, and the tight end should be there for them.
That's crazy. All right, follow him on Twitter at DOrlandoAJC. D'Orlando, as always, my friend, I appreciate you. I hope to run into you on the road next year since we will have no virus, hopefully.
All right. Yeah, hopefully that's the case. Also, Big O, thanks for having me, and take care. Have a great day.
You got it, baby. You be good. The next cigar is on me. Take it easy. There you go. D'Orlando Ledbetter. Really good dude. And how about that? How about that, Alex? Everybody's talking quarterback or tight end to Atlanta. The longest beat writer in Atlanta is telling you there, and he made all the sense in the world in redoing his contract, which is Matt Ryan. They couldn't block anyways. They can't run the ball. So it actually makes a ton of sense. Right?
And it's great news if for Dolphins fans who want to see, I guess, a more fluid offense because I feel like 2 tight ends will benefit Tua.
Oh, God. No, listen. 2 tight ends will benefit any quarterback, dude. Any quarterback. If you have 2 playmaking tight ends,
right,
it's impossible to cover them. That's the real problem with all of this. And if you add you already added Will Fuller on one side, okay? You douse them with anything else on the other side that's Devontae Parker or somebody else. I'm telling you, the amount of mismatches that you can create, it is sick, okay? And it's impossible to cover. I mean, think about it. The deep safety's got to worry about Will Fuller, and got to worry about Pitts and Gesicki working the middle of the field. Are you kidding me?
No, and I'm just looking for Tua's sake, like he's gonna finally have weapons, and everyone can stop that talk, like give him something to work with,
yes,
and then we can judge the player based off that. But still, though, like it's good to see that the Dolphins are targeting more offense.
Yep. Tony Segala says all aboard the Pitts train.
Yep.
Although Drew Boo says, I'm not happy. I want Sewell. Okay, but I guess you don't have faith in Jackson and Hunt. Maybe they can do it. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back for the final segment of hour number 2 right here on OnSideRadio.com.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
For over 20 years, Mr. Glass has been committed to the safety and satisfaction of our clients. Our products are the culmination of innovative engineering, aesthetic appeal, and the highest levels of quality. Through our legacy, Mr. Glass strives to impart the true meaning of quality, service, and sustainability to new generations. Reputation, experience, and trust is why clients choose Mr. Glass. Live the future now. Locate a dealer near you today.
If you missed NBA insider Ira Winderman and the Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat report, you missed this.
I would say the number one thing on the surprise meter was not getting LaMarcus Aldridge. I think everything this team did, planning step by step to get to that point, was okay. We're going to give up a bunch of power players. We're going to give up Mo Harkless, wasn't playing a lot, Chris Silva, a prospect, but especially Kelly Olynyk, who's been very good since he arrived, starting 2 games for the Houston Rockets. That's fine. We'll get LaMarcus Aldridge. We'll replace him, maybe put him in the starting lineup and move forward. A lot was predicated on that. The problem was, and I mentioned this to you guys last week also, it's a lot easier to recruit guys on the buyout market when you have a winning record and a good playoff seed.
The Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat report with NBA insider Ira Winderman, exclusively at OnSideRadio.com.
At Baptist Health, we are ready
to serve, to treat,
to safely proceed with your procedure.
We're ready for ER visits and office visits
with skilled surgeons,
advanced medicine,
and multidisciplinary teams. We're ready for new arrivals
and new recoveries.
We are ready.
We're ready to diagnose, treat, and manage
anything that comes our way
with exceptional care and comfort.
With the same preparedness and compassion you've come to expect from Baptist Health. And we are ready.
We're ready.
We're ready
to care for you.
Enter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
Can I get a captain?
Captain and what?
Captain and ginger.
I can't hear you.
Captain and ginger.
He was a captain and ginger. Captain and ginger. He was a captain and ginger.
Captain Morgan, official partner of Major League Soccer.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
You're listening to OnSideRadio.com. Catch up anytime by downloading the MyTuner Radio app. OnSideRadio.com, South Florida's true hometown station.
All righty, we are back. We take you, of course, till 3. Alex Donald's already in the bullpen, warming up that arm. He is firing the fastball, and he will be bringing it till 6. If you want to get in, you can get in on the phone lines at 888-441-4623. The text line, 844-416-8123. I love that interview. It made me feel good. This is one of those guys I trust. You guys should trust him too. I think he's a really good, an exceptional. By calling him a really good beat writer, I'm still not even coming close. He's an exceptional beat writer. He knows this stuff. I've known him for a long, long time. I told you he was on the beat for 20 years, I think, and it's 17. I've known him for so long, smoked cigars with him, hung out. He's just one of the really, really good dudes also in this business, and he knows his stuff. And let me tell you, everything he brought to the table made a ton of sense. It was logic that you would go in that direction. So I got to give him a lot of credit. And let me tell you, as a Pitts fan that I am, because I know what it could bring to the table for the Dolphin offense and for Tua. And this is a way where you're going to be – and see, if you missed Omar Kelly in the first hour, I suggest you go back to that conversation because it's a great conversation we had back and forth about Gesicki-Pitts combo, which I personally think you got to keep Gesicki. Okay? And like I mentioned to Omar – you don't have to pay Pitts for 5 years. So Gesicki can be on his contract that you pay him for at least 4 years. And then if you want to decide that you don't want to keep 2 stud tight ends on the same roster, then you can do it. But for the moment, for the next 4 years, Gesicki will be making money and Pitts will be on his rookie deal. So you're fine, dude. It's the 5th year you got to worry about with Pitts. Although he's the kind of guy that if he's kicking ass, no injuries, and he's playing well, and he meets expectations or exceeds them, you're probably renegotiating his contract after year 3 and trying to extend it. Is probably what you're trying to do, I would imagine, when it's that special. That's why, Big O, you have the best guests. Orlando just broke the news of the day. I don't know about that, but it would be very interesting. That's definitely promo material right there, Alex. D. Orlando Ledbetter talking about that. I think that's very, very good stuff there. All right, hour number 3 is coming up. We're already into it. I'm sorry we went long with D. Orlando, but then again, these when I have Omar on and we have D. Orlando, these are things that I don't want to push. And we got to cut it off. We're not a traditional, corporate radio station. You got to hit the break at this time or not. We can be a little looser here because we're trying to give you the best coverage. We're trying to talk about sports and give you the best angles, which is what we try to do here every single day. Let's take a break. We'll come back on the other side. We do want to remind you that OnSide Radio gives you a ton of options to listen to the station. You can now download free apps from radio.net, from Podbean, Radio FM, MyTuner Radio, Simple Radio, Zeno Radio. Download any of these free apps, and you can listen to your favorite OnSide Radio host. Visit our website, onsideradio.com, to find all of these links.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. OnSide Radio. No station in South Florida provides more live and local sports talk. Follow us on social media at OnSide Radio.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
OnSideRadio.com knows gamers need a home.
Can you dig it?
That's why for the next 60 seconds,
Can you count, suckers?
here's your OnSide Radio E-Report with Michael Christian.
Among Us, one of the breakout games from 2020, is finally getting a new map. The game that became an almost overnight sensation and had a player base of nearly 500 million people is getting the update many have been waiting for. Initially, Innersloth, the game's developer, had plans for a sequel, but decided to push those back to focus on improving the current game. Today, Innersloth shared that the game will have a completely updated art style with cleaner lines and an easier animation process. Not only that, but they plan on expanding max lobby sizes to 15, and the new map, Airship, finally went live. If you felt like you mastered all the maps in the current game, hop back in and try the new map, Airship. I'm sure you won't know which of your friends is sus.
Stay in touch in the world of gaming with the OnSide Radio E-Report.
Now streaming online.
OnSide Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Time to get in the zone. The OnSide Zone.
And look, man, I don't care if you're my wife. If I don't agree with you, I'm going to say it. You know what I mean?
The OnSide Zone.
He's a liar. And there's nothing new about that. He's full of crap. If you're believing that, I got a bridge in the Keys. It's the one on the right side. Just want you to know, when you're going south, you'll see the smaller bridge on the right. I've got that one for sale if you're interested.
You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
That's the one boy band that I will say, dude, I'll stand up for Boys to Men every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Love those guys.
You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. You can connect with us at OnSideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. The OnSide Zone with a big O.
All right. Oh, yes, it's hour number 3, and Paul Pierce is still employed. At least that's what I'm checking. I'm checking all over the place. I have not seen, and not that I want the man to lose his job. It's just, I mean, what are you going to do, man? There's no way the mouse is going to stand for it. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Eventually, it's going to happen. You know, does he do the jump every day? I want to know if he's going to be on today. Today's the day you want to see. All right, who's on the jump today? Okay.
It's normally like it's always Rachel, and then it's Richard Jefferson most of the time. But Paul Pierce is there for games. For games a lot too. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
Mm-hmm. So
a lot.
I am sure he got a phone call by now saying, "Hey, don't show up to the set for a couple of days."
Yep. Although that's the lighter side of news. A little bit more depressing side of news is DMX, and DMX unfortunately had an overdose. And he ended up, depends on what the reports you hear, but apparently he's in a vegetative state. I think that's exactly what his lawyer said. And I know that I read where the family is going to have a vigil outside of the hospital. There are hundreds of Rough Riders that are hanging out outside of the hospital. And there's a lot of people out there that are out there kind of showing love to DMX. And, in today's world, you just can't go into hospitals anymore. Unfortunately, that's just not the way it goes. But he is getting an incredible outpouring of love from all kinds of people. Obviously, famous people, the biz and all that, checking in on Twitter on him. And listen, I know DMX is a controversial character. I know he's done a lot of stupid things, from impersonating a cop to DUIs to all kinds of other stuff that he's done. It's just, the guy, is what it is. But having said all that, okay, when I used to go to the gym a lot and work out, which I need to get back to it, God, but obviously can't do it now. Post-pandemic, maybe we can start doing, maybe not at a gym, but working out. There were 3 things I used to love to listen to when I would work out. Iron Maiden was one, Linkin Park was the other, and DMX. I love DMX, man. I love his music. I love his rap. I love his voice. I love the inflections. You know, it is what it is. And if you like rap, we all have our favorites. We all have the guys we like or women that we like and we don't like. DMX was one of those that I just flat out loved. And I know that he's, you know, he hasn't done the right things all the time. I get all of that. But I don't wish this on the man. I don't wish this on anybody. You know what I mean? The last thing that I would wish on, you know, it would have to be like, you have to be like so evil. You know what I mean? That has to be like Fidel or, what was the name of that, the movie director again? That was, damn it. I forgot his damn name. But, you know, you have to be disgusting like that, you know?
Oh, Weinstein?
That's it. Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, her director disgusting. I'm like, yeah,
Yes,
it's him.
that's it.
Mhm.
That's, you know, you have to be something like that for me to wish this on you. But DMX, you know, obviously he's had a drug issue for many, many years. The only thing that I will say, does everybody have to be so obvious and have to play Slippin' to do the story? Okay, for those of you that don't know, he's got a song called Slippin'. I'm slipping. I'm falling. I can't get up. Got to get back on my feet so I can tear it up. You know, so they couldn't play one more bridge to cross. You know, that would have been a better one to like say, all right, let's see if he can get back and come back from, and we don't know what his state is in. You know what I mean? Because apparently they said that when he collapsed, he practically died, and he was getting no oxygen in his brain for a long time. And then by the time they were able to revive him, it's kind of a machine that's keeping him alive because supposedly he's brain dead, which again, we don't know all the truth. But if his family is going to have a vigil outside of the hospital today, that can't be good. Okay? It can't be good. You know what I mean? So I hope there's some miracle out there. I have not heard anything yet. If there's any updates, can you check and see DMX News for me and see if there's anything new, if there's anything that's that broke lately, but I will say this as a guy that loves his rap, and you know what? I thought he did a really good job with Steven Seagal in that movie. Oh, now I'm brain farting again. That he was, you know, trying to free his young brother that was in jail, and his brother was set up, and he's trying to, you know,
Exit Wounds.
Exit Wounds. I love that movie. I thought he did a really good job in that movie. It was an entertaining, a fun. It's not going to win Academy Awards and all that kind of stuff. It's not winning an Oscar. No Steven Seagal movie is ever going to win an Oscar. But Steven Seagal movies are entertaining sometimes. The old ones. Not these last ones that these are like C roles that he's been playing, you know, the last 15 years. But Exit Wounds, I thought, did you ever watch that movie Exit Wounds? I thought he did a really good job
I've
in
never
it.
seen it, no.
No?
No.
You should watch it.
Okay.
You should watch it. In honor of DMX, do you like DMX at all? Do you like his music? Are you into it?
I mean, like the popular ones, yeah. Like, but I don't really go out of my way to listen to DMX. But it's actually
Okay.
funny though. I saw a video a couple days ago, probably like on Thursday or Friday, of like a video, like an old video of DMX on like one of those bungee cord things, like in the carnival, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And his reaction, the camera's on the ride, and his reaction stuff. And it's a funny video, but and maybe they had it on like that was like viral again because of what happened to him recently. So yeah, but I really don't listen to much of his music, but I'm like, but I don't think he's controversial in my opinion. I think he's really entertaining. I think he does.
No, he's super controversial.
Well, like
That's
I know
one of the things
he
he's
is.
done.
I know he is. I'm saying like me personally, I don't find him controversial, but because like I really don't know much about his music. But the songs that I do listen to and have heard, like I do think they're enjoyable. I think they do pump you up. They're perfect for the gym.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it, man. I love his music. Matt Walker says, slipping, X gonna give it to you. X gonna give it to you. How's it going down? Rough Riders Anthem. That's right. And thank you, Matt. Matt was chiming in with Exit Wounds. I love that movie. I think it's a fun movie to watch. Big O, you don't need a gym to sweat. Let's go. No, you're right. You're right. I won't go to a gym anyways now. After all this stuff that's gone on, I don't even want to go to a gym anymore. I got to be honest with you. I am not going to a gym anymore. I'm thinking about this because working in this business, I just want to stay away from colds. Forget about COVID. Okay, I just want to stay away from colds. So now this COVID thing has taken it to another level that I'm going to protect myself from just the other types of sickness. The ones that you could get rid of, but they bring you down for a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? And it's like, I think I'm going to have a rule on this station too. If your ass has got a cold, I don't even want you in here. Because it's radio. You're then going to affect everybody else? No, dude. That's not productive. That doesn't help out. You're coughing and wheezing and coughing into mics and touching boards and all that kind of stuff. No, man. You think about the life we've lived before COVID, and it's kind of gross. You know, now that we have paid attention to how much we spit, how much crap goes in the air when we're talking, and all those kind of things, I think people are going to be, you know, and I'm one of them. I think I'm going to be watching myself a little bit more now just so I can stay away from a stinking cold. Not COVID, a cold. I don't even want that either. Okay? Big O, the beat guy from the Falcons, is really good. Good luck, Matt Ryan. A good Matt Ryan take. It makes a lot of sense. Your show is the best and the best radio station. Well, thank you. That's very nice of you, man. Very nice of you. I also like Cradle to the Grave, especially the one Gabrielle sing. Yeah, I'm with you there. Just installed a treadmill on the desk instead of sitting down so you guys can be moving all the time. I jammed to about 6 or 7 songs from DMX. Yeah, man. DMX has got so many good songs, dude. Yes, I love DMX. I've got all of his CDs. Every one of them, man. I really enjoy DMX. And you think about it, he had that Versus challenge with Snoop Dogg, remember? And you could tell that DMX is not DMX anymore, you know, at that. And it's a shame, but you see how life is short, man. And you just don't know when is the last day that you're going to check out. And you just wish that a guy like that didn't, you know, he took care of himself and didn't do the dangerous stuff. You know what I mean? It's a real shame. By the way, M&S Air Conditioning, I got to thank them because we were just talking about not getting a cold. Well, we installed, by the way, because listen, you could call M&S Air Conditioning so you could get a preventative maintenance plan now from M&S Air Conditioning. Let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter. We did it here in our studios, and we did it because we wanted to create the safest environment possible here in our studios. We want to make sure that when people come, we've got every possible thing from every cleaning. We've got this other machine also that we put on in the middle of the night that kind of also cleans the air too. But the polarized air filter is so important, man. I am telling you, call M&S Air Conditioning. Call Mike and Greg now, 954-421-3680, folks. It's springtime now. You know we're headed into summer. You know the heat is coming. The humidity's coming. You're going to crank up that AC at home and at work. Is it ready for it? Is it ready for the kind of work you're about to put it through? Call M&S Air Conditioning. Have them check it all out for you. Clean your air vents. That's another thing that you want to do. Why? Because that contains all kinds of contaminants there, which could get you, your kids sick, your employees sick. You want your employees showing to work every day, right? Call M&S Air Conditioning, 954-421-3680. That's 954-421-3680 for M&S Air Conditioning.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
Big news, Miami fans! Body Armor is proud to be the new official sports drink of Major League Soccer and Inter Miami CF. It doesn't matter if you're a player or a fan, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you with potassium-packed electrolytes, antioxidants, and no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. Whether you're at home or in the starting lineup, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you from kickoff to the final whistle. Body Armor, now the official sports drink of Inter Miami CF, available at your local Publix.
If you missed 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh, you missed.
And the number one, the top trait they're looking for in a partner is someone that can cook better than them.
Wow.
Yeah. How are you at cooking?
I'm okay. Like, I cook
boy.
all my stuff.
What's your best dish? If I had to say, Marsh, this you're gonna eat in tonight with a girl. All right.
Well, if
And
I'm
you need to
cooking for a
create-
girl,
Yeah, you
then
gotta
I'm
create
not
the meal.
cooking.
4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh, weekday mornings from 8 to 10.
Hello, Inter Miami CF fans. Download the Drink AR app and play inside a first-of-its-kind virtual soccer stadium, hosted by Bodega Trevento and Inter Miami CF, and celebrate your passion for soccer from the comfort of your own home. Find the download links on our Instagram account at Treventus and get our wines delivered straight to your home with a discount for all Inter Miami CF fans. Discover Trevento, a shared passion.
Hey, it's Big O. You know, air quality in your home or business is so important now, folks. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning. Let them install high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. M&S is always on call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. and, of course, emergency Sundays. Call for more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans. Visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
You can now watch OnSide Radio daily by subscribing to our YouTube and Twitch channels. Search OnSide Radio. Log on, subscribe, rate, and review OnSide Radio on YouTube and Twitch. Watch Toast get frustrated with Marsh. OnSideRadio.com. South Florida's home for real sports talk. You can connect with us at OnSideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. Save it on your cell phone, 844-416-8123. No better place to send your comments, ask questions, win prizes. OnSideRadio.com, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
All righty. Welcome back. A couple segments left here on the show. Got plenty of things to talk about. Marlins, by the way, ended up losing 2 of 3 to the Rays. I'm not surprised there. I'm not disappointed or anything like that. I thought they played all right in this series. Winning 1 out of 3, that's really what I wanted the most. I didn't want them to get swept. That's probably what would have disappointed me a little bit. Take 1 of 3 against a really good team. Tonight they start a set against the Cards, who are also 1-2. Trevor Rogers, a guy that I'm kind of intrigued with. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch him on the mound. That's the beauty of watching the Marlins now. They got a lot of young pitchers that are really good. They've got a lot of talent, and we'll see if they can actually turn into actual really good pitchers. Okay? There's a bunch of them that got talent, and they look good. But now they got to put it together on a every 5-day basis, as they say. But I'm looking forward to it, man. And the Cards, are the Cards, or are they a little behind there, Alex? Where this could be a series where maybe Miami could take 2 of 3.
Well, I feel like the Marlins do have a chance. Remember, the Marlins spring training facilities right next to the Cardinals. They practice right next to each other. So they have a pretty good first hand going into the season, especially an early series like this, of what the Cardinals can bring. The Cardinals do have Nolan Arenado. They signed him. They traded for him from Colorado over the offseason. So they have his bat. They have Paul Goldschmidt as well. The Cardinals are the Cardinals. I view them as the San Antonio Spurs of the MLB.
How's their pitching this year?
They still have Wainwright. They lost Waka. They still have Carlos Martinez. They still have a few of the pieces they've had the last couple of years, but I feel
not as scary, right? That's sort of my point.
Yeah, no, like the Cardinals pitching is still Cardinals pitching.
What's Wainwright, like 36 years old or
probably
something?
38, 39 now.
Look at that.
They have Jack Flaherty, who's probably their best pitcher. He's coming off of a Cy Young type of year in 2019. So they have a few good arms, and the Cardinals are always known for their pitching. So the Marlins are going to have their handful, but it was a good sign to see the offense take over against the Rays in the last game of the series, because that was something that everyone has been talking about in the offseason, like if the Marlins offense can complement their really good pitching.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. This is one of those where I think they got a shot to take 2 of 3 here. Just don't get swept. Win at least one, but I think they've got a shot here at taking 2 of 3. And Trevor Rogers, by the way, is one of those interesting arms this year too, right? I would say that at least.
Absolutely, because the Marlins, they have electricity coming out of the right-handed arm of Sandy and Sixto, and they don't really have a left-handed arm, like a presence in that starting rotation, and Trevor Rogers brings that. He's a lefty that throws very hard in the mid-90s. Control has been an issue for him, but in spring training, I think he was in the top 5, or I think led the majors in strikeouts, and I get it's spring training, but when a young pitcher like that, and you're always worried about control, that's a good sign to see.
Yeah, I'm with you there. All right, so a couple other things coming through. Seminoles have hired Randy Shannon as a defensive analyst. So that's some of the breaking news here as of late. I thought Ryan Day, the head coach of Ohio State, was way out of line, and not because he was defending Justin Fields. I don't have one single issue with that. More power to him. That's his guy. That's a guy that played for him, coached, he recruited, all of those things. So he should be, supporting his player. I got no problem with that. Whether he thinks the kid is great or not, he still should support him. And Justin Fields, for me, by the way, is an interesting player. I would draft him and take a chance on him if I was part of a fan base of a team that needed a quarterback. That's one kid that I would take a chance on because he's got everything you need, and I think he showed me some real leadership and toughness overall. I like the kid, okay? Is he a finished product? Of course not. None of these cats are. But I think Fields is one of those guys. Now, where Ryan Day went overboard and got to the point where he was insensitive, insulting, and really a lack of awareness. So he goes, this whole idea that he doesn't have a good work ethic, he told Peter King, to me, that's crazy. He got done with the Clemson game, and he came back, and all he did was work to get back to that game. And when all those other guys are opting out, what does he do? He petitions to have a season. He puts together this petition that the Big Ten athletes all sign saying they want to play. But they want to play safely, and they don't want to accept canceling the season. It was all led by Justin Fields. Where was everybody else? Where were the guys opting out then? You don't love the game if you're not doing something like that. This kid loves the game. So, listen, I am, when it comes to the pandemic and all that, I'm as safety conscious as anybody out there. I don't know if you get to watch it when you tune on the YouTube early, you'll see me, I'll be cleaning this down. I'll be zapping the mic, all of that, and I'm double vaccinated. In fact, yesterday was my 2-week anniversary of my second vaccine, so I'm kind of official now. But now I haven't stopped working all throughout the pandemic. Even in the height of the pandemic, I was doing live shows, remotes, all throughout South Florida, 3 to 4 of them a week. While most people were inside their homes and all that kind of stuff, I was one of the people that was out there working. But I don't pick on somebody that's home. I don't pick at somebody that doesn't want to be exposed to other people. I don't pick on somebody that may have somebody really old in their homes. Great-grandmother, great-grandfather, grandfather, grandmother. Maybe your mom and dad are up there in years. Maybe they're in their 60s, 70s, 80s. You want to be careful. Maybe you have people that are diabetic in your house. Maybe you have people that have asthma and some other types of, issues that could cause problems for everybody else. So maybe you're doing it because you're also doing it to protect others in your family, because in the end, life is more important than your job. It's more important than football. It's more important than any sport. So am I supposed to pick on the Duvernay guy that didn't want to play with Kansas City this year, but he opted to be a medical professional to help actually assist on the front line? Really? Are we going to do that? If another player did not play because he's got a wife, a son, a daughter that has some kind of respiratory issue, some kind of health issue, that if COVID comes into that home, it could really cause a problem. Am I supposed to pick on that person? Am I supposed to say that you're a wuss because you didn't want to work during the pandemic, or you didn't want to play a football game or a basketball? No, man. We have a right to do whatever we want in this country. And we should respect that right for a lot of people. And I think Ryan Day is being a first-class asshole by doing that. Everybody's different, man. We're not all the same. I could have stayed home too, but I chose to work because I got to work. I got to produce money. I got a family to feed. I got dogs at home. So I chose to continue. Now, you saw me, always with a mask, always washing my hands. Hell, for a couple of weeks I wore gloves during the show. You guys know it. Go back and look at the podcast. Back in the day. A year ago. That's back in the day. I did all the kind of things that I had to do in order to stay healthy. But that doesn't mean that everybody is required to do the same thing. If people want to stay home because they've got reasons why they want to stay home, well, then let's support them. Let's not minimize it, and let's also not ridicule it, which is what basically Ryan Day is doing. Oh, those that opted out, they're not tough enough. They don't care about the game enough. No, or maybe they're just not Neanderthals. And they're also thinking about the big picture, which is life and family and the people you love. Okay? Yeah, it's fun to play on a football team, but I won't see you guys anymore when we're done in a couple years. My family members, my wife, my husband, my dad, mother, grandfather, grandmother, whatever kind of athlete you are, you have those kind of people at home. Your boyfriend, your girlfriend, you name it. So if you don't want to put them at risk and yourself at risk, aren't we supposed to respect that? So I thought Ryan Day was completely out of line, and this is so typical of what's gone on in this world. It's a tactic that they use in politics a lot, that it's the okie doke, that, I don't want to argue this point with you because I look really bad, but let me circumvent it by throwing something else that has nothing to do with it to try to bring your attention this way, not to the real problem. And so the point was about Justin Fields. Well, defend Justin Fields. Don't go trashing others. Innocent people that have nothing to do with your discussion, and because you want to defend Justin Fields. It's just... don't we have? Wasn't it Alan Hearns that I think opted out? And is it him that I think he's the one that has a child that has some kind of a breathing issue or something? Was it Hearns? I forgot now. But there was one player that opted out, and they had they have a child that has some issues, and they wanted to make sure they didn't expose that child. And can I blame a father for looking out for his kids? And saying, we got money in the bank. We're good this year. God bless you, dude, if you did that. You did what's best for your family, not what's best for the football team. You got to do what's best for, I don't know if it was Hearns or not, but I may be using the wrong person. But if that's the case, the most important thing is the Hearns family, not the Dolphins, and not Ryan Day and what he thinks. And I've said this before. I think I said it last week. I wonder how many NFL executives, how many NFL coaches, how many NFL people will hold it against the folks that chose not to play. Oh, no, that's not the kind of guy we want on this. We want people that want to play and love the game. It's going to happen. Now, you won't hear it publicly, but it'll be said in those war rooms all over the NFL. There'll be certain people that will have the blinders on and, no. That guy opted out. That's not my kind of player. So people are going to say Gregory Rousseau is not my kind of player. Penei Sewell is not my kind of player. I find that wrong at every level. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side. Do want to remind you that Heat and NBA fans can catch Ira Winderman here exclusively at OnSideRadio.com with our Acura Pembroke Pines Miami Heat reports. Catch Ira throughout the week at OnSideRadio.com. And when news breaks, basketball fans know OnSide Radio is the place you get the insight you need.
Every Thursday, NBA fans can catch one of the best basketball shows in the country when Ethan Skolnick and Ira Winderman host Inside the Paint. Listen to two of the most knowledgeable and connected reporters in the business. Get year-round insight every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. with Inside the Paint on the home for hardcore basketball fans. OnSideRadio.com.
ADHD. It's the child who can't pay attention or sit still in school, right? The answer may be yes. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or ADHD, can be complicated and it can last a lifetime. Living with a condition can sometimes be a challenge. It may take years to accept a formal diagnosis, and it's not always easy to find the right treatment plan. Did you know that up to 75% of children and adolescents with ADHD have at least one additional mental health condition that also requires a comprehensive approach to treatment? ADHD guidelines were recently updated to reflect the need to screen for associated disorders. Be sure to talk with your child's doctor about proper screening and visit more2adhd.com for additional information. That's more2adhd.com. This message has been brought to you in partnership with ADA, ACO, and CHAD.
Big news, Miami fans! Body Armor is proud to be the new official sports drink of Major League Soccer and Inter Miami CF. It doesn't matter if you're a player or a fan, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you with potassium-packed electrolytes, antioxidants, and no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. Whether you're at home or in the starting lineup, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you from kickoff to the final whistle. Body Armor, now the official sports drink of Inter Miami CF, available at your local Publix.
Inter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
If you missed 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh, you missed.
The things that men will do to their junk blows me away.
It's
like,
idiotic.
People will, Prince Albert's just...
I don't know it.
A Prince Albert? You don't know what a Prince Albert is? Prince Albert is when you have them pierce your manhood through like the, like a giant, just, steel rod. On that note.
4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh, weekday mornings from 8 to 10.
With Make-A-Wish, the impossible becomes possible. A girl battling cancer can become a race car driver battling the course. The boy showing all the nurses his fire trucks can take the helm of a real one. Wishes can give kids with critical illnesses the strength to keep fighting, get better, and grow up.
Where there's a wish, there's a way.
Wishes need you. Visit Make-A-Wish at wish.org.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnSideRadio.com sports update.
It was a winning weekend in South Florida, as on Saturday the Heat beat the Cavs 115-101 for their 4th straight win. Bam Adebayo had 18 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. The next game for the Miami Heat is tomorrow at home against the Memphis Grizzlies. Tip-off for that game is at 8 p.m. The Miami Marlins won the final game of their series with the Tampa Bay Rays 12-7. Starling Marte led the offense with 4 hits for the Fish, who won their first game of the season and also their first home win against Tampa Bay since 2018. The Marlins welcome the Cardinals to Lone Depot Park tonight, and Trevor Rogers will take the hill for the Fish. First pitch is at 6:40. The Florida Panthers are now the top dog in the Central Division after sweeping the Columbus Blue Jackets at the BB&T Center 5-2 on Saturday, and 3-0 on Sunday behind Chris Drieger's second shutout of the season. Their next game is tomorrow against the Carolina Hurricanes. Puck drops at 7 p.m. This is South Florida's home for local sports talk. This is OnSideRadio.com.
Now streaming online.
OnSide Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
Alrighty. Welcome back. A couple segments left on the show here before we hand it off to Alex Dono and the man of the match. Always enjoy listening to Alex Dono on the way home or on the way to a meeting or on the way somewhere else, wherever I'm at in the car. Always listening to the station, and Alex does a great job. He'll carry you till 6. If you want to get in, you can get in on the text line, 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123 if you want to get in on the program. We've talked a lot about the Paul Pierce video, which has been just do you got another highlight from the Paul Pierce video? Do we have another one we can play? So that we can share with you the beauty of being Paul Pierce, okay? Because we've got plenty of those. Go ahead, Good Friday.
But look, True brand coming out. We got Fire coming out. We got Terminator brand coming out. We investing. We doing big things. You might see me on the NBA team. So look, follow me. Check me out. We're doing big things around here.
Yep, NBA teams are going to hire you now, for sure. Yeah, Rick Pitino may hire you. I don't know about NBA teams, okay? Because Rick Pitino may need somebody to find hoes at Iona. And, listen, he was providing the prostitutes in Louisville, so you might as well. He got a little job underneath the table too, right, at a restaurant once, right? So I could see Rick Pitino hiring Paul Pierce as his entertainment coordinator, right? I mean, that's we're talking about a man that knows entertainment. That is Paul Pierce right there. The "Where's Rachel Nichols" thing was classic. Like, that poor woman's like, why am I getting thrown into this? Why am I trending with this? And she had nothing to do with it, that poor woman. Oh, man. I got to tell you, dude, that is some stuff that you got to absolutely love. We do have something new, or at least update in the Deshaun Watson case. Apparently now, the Houston Police Department says it's now launched a criminal investigation into Deshaun Watson. This after a complainant formally filed a report against the NFL star on Friday. Cops did not say the nature of the allegation against the QB, and it's unclear if they're related to the crimes of sexual assault that Watson is facing in a multitude of civil lawsuits. In a statement by Watson's attorney, Rusty Hardin, says, "We welcome this long overdue development. Now we will learn the identity of at least one accuser. We will fully cooperate with the Houston Police Department." Now, the only thing that, this is just me, maybe I'm looking too much into it and all this stuff. Now Hardin, well, now you'll know the accuser's name. And why is that so important? Do you want to publicly shame him? Do you now want to go after a woman that could have been assaulted? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like watching the Floyd case, and it's not about putting Chauvin on trial. It's about putting Floyd on trial, basically. When we're trying to determine whether he committed murder or not. You know what, dude? I am so old at this point and so over all this stuff, from McDuffie to everything else that's followed ever since. That guy's going to get off. And we're going to have more problems in our country. I can guarantee you that guy's going to get off. Okay? The way this whole thing is going, I'm telling you. Don't you get that feeling, Alex, that this is not Chauvin's not going to be found guilty when it's all said and done?
Yeah, it's just an ugly feel, like a weird feeling. It's
Right?
ugly. It's ugly.
It's like it's just like this thing that repeats over and over and over again, dude. It's just weird, man. It makes me sick to my stomach. But you kind of just see the writing on the wall as you watch everything develop. And so when I hear Rusty Hart, oh, good, now we'll know the names. Well, why does that? You're going to have your day in court. You're going to be able to face them then. You're going to be able to make the case against all of them. You're going to be able to do all of that. What's so important about getting it out in public? Not exactly sure. You know what I mean? Now, if any of these women are lying, then, I've always said this. Because the person that gets accused, okay, if they're guilty, they need to pay the price. But if they're not guilty, they still carry that stigma. And it's not fair because they didn't commit the crime. So why are we doing that to them, right? But yet the women that lie about it, they completely disappear and nobody ever does anything. That's where our system has failed. We have to go after the perpetrators, the abusers. There's no doubt about it, okay? When we find if it's Cuomo or whoever, you go after them. But the women that are lying, they need to pay a heavy price. Okay, once you find out that that person was scamming and all that, you need to make sure these kind of people, men, women, you name it, they pay a price for lying and trying to, extract money from people by bribes or extortion or you name it. And I'm not talking about just assault. I'm just talking about anything in general. That if you're accusing somebody because you're just trying to take money from them and you're, trying to rig it and you get found, guilty of obviously you're lying, then you need to pay a stiff price. Okay? By the way, I think I told you guys this already, but I wanted to read it. There's a prayer vigil planned for Monday outside the New York hospital where DMX remained on life support after the heart attack. The family of the rapper said on Sunday the vigil will be held outside the White Plains Hospital at 5 p.m. today. On Friday night, our brother, son, father, and colleague DMX, birth name Earl Simmons, was admitted to White Plains Hospital facing serious health issues, the family said through a publicist. We ask that you please keep Earl, DMX, and us in your thoughts, wishes, and prayers, as well as our respect of our privacy as we face these challenges. The family said he remained in a coma and was on a ventilator. Nikhil Walker Simmons, former manager, told BuzzFeed the rapper was in a vegetative state with lung and brain failure. Richmond said he could not confirm reports that Simmons, 50, overdosed on drugs, said he was not sure what the cause of the heart attack was. Simmons, and then it goes on to talk about all the other things that he had accomplished, obviously. So at 5 o'clock, I would imagine it's going to be all over the news when they're holding the vigil. So if you want to see it, I'm sure you'll be able to vote to watch it at 5 o'clock. Dougie Fresh says, I'm going to miss baseball games. I cannot wait. Oh, no, wait a minute. It says, I miss going to baseball games. I cannot wait. I'm sorry. I thought it was a shot because somebody else took a shot before I went to the break. Baseball sleep talk from Drew Boo. Why is it that some of you guys just hate other sports? I don't get that one. I'm not that guy. I like all sports. No masks in the Paul Pierce Boom Boom Room. No, there was no masking going on there, dude. No. Well, I guess Kenneth Cleveland doesn't require masks in the Boom Boom Room. That's kind of what it is. I would imagine that everybody has been vaccinated and then tested before they go into the Boom Boom Room to make sure that once you step in there, okay, it's a safe zone for everybody. I don't know how he handled all of this, but I could imagine that, you got to give Kenneth a little flexibility here with all of this, okay? Prayers are powerful. Amen. Well, let's hope so, because DMX needs a lot of them right now, man. It's a real shame. It really is. And it just reminds you of how short life is, and you've got to try to take advantage of it every day and try to do the things that don't put you in a position like where he is right now. It's a real shame, man. All right. 888-441-4623. If you want to get in on the program, that's 888-441-4623. If you want to get in, the text line 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. We'll take a break. We'll come back for the final segment of the program as we hand it off to Alex Dono. Don't forget, you can watch OnSide Radio daily by subscribing to our YouTube and Twitch channels. Search OnSide Radio, log on, subscribe, rate, and review OnSide Radio on YouTube and Twitch. OnSideRadio.com, South Florida's home for real sports talk.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
For over 20 years, Mr. Glass has been committed to the safety and satisfaction of our clients. Our products are the culmination of innovative engineering, aesthetic appeal, and the highest levels of quality. Through our legacy, Mr. Glass strives to impart the true meaning of quality, service, and sustainability to new generations. Reputation, experience, and trust is why clients choose Mr. Glass. Live the future now. Locate a dealer near you today.
Saturday mornings, 9 a.m., Sean Stanley hosts the Square Circle Digest.
But to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here. I'm the man.
Now, wrestling fans have a place to call home as Sean covers the very colorful world of wrestling. Tune in every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on the home for sports fans worldwide, OnSideRadio.com.
Can I get a captain?
Captain and what?
Captain and Ginger?
I can't hear you.
Captain and Ginger. He was a captain and Ginger. Captain and Ginger. He was a captain and Ginger.
Captain Morgan, official partner of Major League Soccer.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
Let's raise a cup to the first among us who put themselves last. To the risk takers, the mask makers, the heroes on the front line and online. To the ones keeping shelves full and keeping us hopeful. To those who don't stop and those making all the stops. To the ones who pick up, suit up, and never let us down. From all of us at Duncan to all the heroes keeping everyone running, we thank you.
Hey, it's Big O. You know, air quality in your home or business is so important now, folks. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning. Let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. M&S is always on call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. and, of course, emergency Sundays. Call for more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans. Visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
At Baptist Health, we are ready.
To serve. To treat.
To safely proceed with your procedure.
We're ready for ER visits and office visits.
With skilled surgeons.
Advanced medicine.
And multidisciplinary teams. We're ready for new arrivals.
And new recoveries.
We are ready.
We're ready to diagnose, treat, and manage
anything that comes our way.
with exceptional care and comfort.
With the same preparedness and compassion you've come to expect from Baptist Health.
And we are ready.
We're ready.
We're ready
to care for you.
You're listening to OnSideRadio.com. Catch up anytime by downloading the MyTuner Radio app. OnSideRadio.com, South Florida's true hometown station.
All righty, we are back. Final segment. We do the crossover here. And obviously, Alex Dono getting ready. And let me ask you something. I always like finding something that you and I can cross over and talk a little bit about. And we'll get to your desires to be in the Paul Pierce party. We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh, can we get another one of those, please?
Francis Ngannou, by the way, was asked about fighting Mike Tyson, right?
Right.
And yet he's got another thing in mind. So let's hear from Francis Ngannou, and I want you to tell me what you think about his thoughts. Go ahead.
Speaking of Mike, it was looking like he was going to box Evander Holyfield on May 29th. Champ, if you needed a tune-up fight and Mike needed an opponent.
No.
It's funny, nobody wants to box Mike. Before the fight, Stipe told us the same thing. He says he'll fight Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua, but he's like, I don't want to fight Mike Tyson.
Yeah. I think I'm in the same spot as TP as well. I don't want to fight Mike Tyson, but I would like to fight other heavyweight boxers, such as Tyson Fury.
So at some point, you'd be open to a super fight. Those are mega fights and make a lot of money.
Absolutely, I'm open to that. Remember, boxing was my primary dream, and I still have to fire the dream inside me, and I believe that at some point I'm gonna make a step.
And it's not that I think those guys are necessarily afraid of Mike Tyson. Because,
they don't want to kill him. He's old.
That's the thing. I think it's out of respect.
Oh,
I think
yeah, that's true too.
Ngannou loves him so much that he doesn't want to fight his idol. Because that's one of his idols, actually.
Yeah. Plus, it's like, listen, I'm not trying to say something dumb here. People need to realize, if it was prime Mike Tyson, it's different.
Oh no, it's over.
56-year-old Mike Tyson, I do not want to see him fight Francis Ngannou.
No,
it's not fair. It's not fair to him. It's not fair to his legacy. But then even the Tyson Fury thing,
I don't think he realizes Tyson Fury, dude.
Well, I think it's dumb. Let's make the John Jones fight happen. Let's make the MMA fight of the century because, Francis Ngannou is not beating Tyson Fury in boxing. Yeah. It's not
the
even
beauty
that.
Is we can always count on Dana to put together the right fights.
Right,
exactly.
That'll
happen.
Exactly. I mean,
that's why boxing sucks. As much as I love boxing, boxing is dog ass because they are terrible at putting fights together.
Yep, it's unfortunate, but. Yeah, I think that the Mayweather-McGregor thing a few years ago kind of opened the floodgates that now everyone, because they saw how much money those guys made, everyone wants to do the crossover. And it's like, it's a spectacle. I get it. I'm going to watch. I'm not going to lie to you. If Ngannou were to fight Tyson Fury, I'd watch it. But I can already tell you exactly what happens. He's not going to win.
I'm with you.
Ngannou's not going to win. So I want to watch the John Jones fight because there you could say, I can't really predict what's going to happen in that fight. Ngannou would probably beat John Jones, but maybe not. That's an epic fight.
You never know. Now, question is, talking about things that are epic and all of that, what do you think of the Paul Pierce party on Friday?
The lack of self-awareness is incredible. I mean, it was
still.
The next morning he tweets out "Good morning" as if nothing happened. Did it look like a fun time? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Do I kind of wish I was there? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Does Paul Pierce know he works for Disney? Does he not see the Disney logo on his checks?
Yeah.
Well, he probably gets direct deposit. Maybe that's why he doesn't see the logo.
Maybe. See, I was explaining, we were talking about this earlier. If you work at OnSide Radio, we will probably give you a raise for something like that.
Oh, right.
You'll probably get a better shift. You'll get all kinds of praise from all of us.
I mean, we got that board meeting in the Boom Boom Room after
That's
the
right,
show
in the
today.
Boom Boom Room. That's right. That was the Boom Boom Room, by the way.
Yeah,
we have all come to that agreement.
Yes.
I think it was Matt Walker that brought it up on the chat board. He goes, "Oh, that's the Boom Boom Room."
That is a great point.
So that's it. No masks in the Boom Boom Room. Okay. All right. What do you got going on today, bro?
Well, we're going to talk some NBA Miami Heat with Ira Winderman. We're going to talk some Dolphins and Canes with Jakari Givens from 5 Reasons Sports. And it's a big week in soccer, so we're going to bring on Austin Robillard from Red Card Radio because we got Champions League resuming this week.
Yes.
We have midweek Premier League and Serie A. There's a lot going on this week.
So what you're saying is plenty of games on the tube.
Yeah, way too many games. I think I already lost a bet today, and it's not even 3. I think I lost a bet on Everton. I think they played to a draw today. So we're going to make it back tonight.
It's all right. He's in a good mood. The crypto market is tearing it up for both of us. So we're good. We're good. Alex Aguirre, great work by you, sir. We thank Omar Kelly and D'Orlando Ledbetter. And, of course, we thank all of you for tuning in. Make sure you smash that like button when you're watching. Alex, we will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel. Be good out there.
We'll be right back to the man of the match with Alex Dano. You can join us on the OnSide Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. You're listening to the home of Inter Miami CF.
His strike is a decent one. It's fired into the top right corner. Gonzalo Higuain opens his account for Inter Miami.
OnSideRadio.com, where the passion for La Rosa Negra runs deep.
Let's raise a cup to the first among us who put themselves last. To the risk takers, the mask makers, the heroes on the front line and online. To the ones keeping shelves full and keeping us hopeful. To those who don't stop and those making all the stops. To the ones who pick up, suit up, and never let us down. From all of us at Dunkin' to all the heroes keeping everyone running, we thank you.
You're listening to this station with more live and local sports talk than anyone else in South Florida. OnSideRadio.com, broadcasting from South Florida to the world. Welcome back to the Man of the Match.